But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' handheld. Give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump, they will not criticize. Still question bomber like my nigga lied. White girls boosting so my nigga ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they soul not showing. I swear my flow how potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he expect forgiveness, I'm one of your seven victim hells free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses, but I give the masses. My whole all there no walls. I ain't kissing asses the shit and I don't stop. Don't stop. She ain't bars the end and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby like babies. Why they ain't need enough to drive. Horsepower is needed, punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these are stunning. Ain't me like Jesus functions. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan wanna be. I eat a peanut buzzing. Fuck your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is by the hour and I need 100. I see your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love a hot box, a beamer bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold if God calls.
Creighton.
Hello.
I was not prepared for it.
Good morning.
I can't stay, but I hope you have a lit stream. I also like making loud noises. Ace, we love you, man. Thank you.
Loud.
You're an absolute legend.
We love you, Ace.
Love you, man.
I want to have your babies.
I would, you know what? I think both of us would gladly have Ace's babies.
We'll have all your babies. All 29 of them.
Rickma Jr. in the Discord said, when are you going to start bringing your own suit? You got to match Creighton's drip. And all I have to say to that is I would never, ever want to even remotely try and match Creighton.
First of all,
in any capacity.
Thank you.
Ever.
Thank you for that compliment.
Ever. Love you too, bro. And as long as your alerts are that loud, I'll be back. Okay. Well, we'll keep them that loud.
Look, Charlie just
for
doesn't
you.
understand the drip. I told him that I have to sit in the coaster because of it. And he just doesn't understand. The closest he gets to the drip is getting wet from it. And that's all he'll ever have.
You've never seen me at a wedding, sir.
I have.
No, you haven't.
Didn't you go to Alyssa's wedding?
No.
Well, then I haven't seen you at a wedding.
I drip. I am dripping out of control.
Did it look anything like what you wore to that funeral?
Which funeral?
The one that I picked you up from.
You picked me up from a funeral?
I picked you up from your Nana's one night. You remember that? Remember I came in, tried to tell everybody that we were in a relationship, and you were like, no.
Oh. Yes, but I was not dressed up at that point. That was like 6 hours after the funeral.
Oh, look, Charlie.
That was like the end of the day.
You can't stay dressed up for 6 hours after the funeral. Like,
it was hot.
Don't even talk to me.
We were at home. We weren't at the. We were at. It was just family at that point.
It was cold.
Not in the house. You fucked. There were 20 people in the house. We were all in one room.
It was a big room though.
Sure, but it was still one room with 20 people in it, and the AC or the heat turned on. Charlie got on the level 1 GTA drip. Creighton got that level 100 Mob Boss drip.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Creighton treats every day of life like it's the end of a video game, and I treat every day of life like it's a normal part of the video game, so I can put away all my money and not spend it all on the crazy-ass upgrades that are, like, unneeded.
Look, Charlie, just because I buy a tank does not mean I would buy a tank every day.
Right. You did that real good. You really... No, I don't. Go ahead and try and explain it better.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No. I want you to say it the right way.
So, like, you know at the end of GTA 5?
No.
GTA 5?
Never played any of them.
Really?
Wow,
That
GTA.
is sad. So at the end of GTA 5, you have like...
You haven't played The Last of Us 2.
You have like
I think that's sad. Boom.
You have like $1 million or something crazy. It's like a lot of money. And every day...
That's not that much.
It's a lot for the game.
I know.
It's a lot of in-game currency. So you can buy like a tank for like nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it would just be a drop in the bucket. And you could buy all this military upgrades and stuff like that. But my point is, you don't spend your money on that every day because you can just buy it and then have it loadable all the time, and then invest the rest of your money in the virtual stock market.
Move your phone.
Invest your money in the virtual stock market of the game's economic system, and then just murder people to, influence the stocks that you buy to go up. You gotta
Good evening, BZ. How are you?
You gotta play the system, not the game, Charlie.
No, you're talking. No, Creighton, that's not. No.
And that's how I go through life.
Is it?
Yeah.
Play the system?
Not the game.
Does the conversation we were having before the podcast make you still believe in that methodology for what you do
Well,
in your
the
life?
game and life are different.
Are they? You're saying they're not because you're acting like you dress up all cool because that's like playing the game.
It is part of playing the game, but the worlds are different
my
out
God.
here than what
Yeah,
you would
no.
go in
Then
GTA.
why even compare them in the first place?
Because we're
brought up
using broad terms.
No,
you
we're not.
said buying all the upgrades in the game, and that made me immediately think GTA 5, because that's just what everybody does.
So instead of going down the route I was doing, which was simply like, making the connection, you just decided, forget what we were talking about. I'm going to talk about GTA.
yeah,
Yeah, good save there, buddy.
thank
We
you.
all know that's not what you're doing.
I want to talk about GTA.
You could sit here and talk about
We
GTA.
could.
Out of all the
just because I love GTA, and you have not played enough of it to
I
understand.
haven't played it at all.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you could just get around there and fuck around and do none of the story.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
Or
I've watched a lot of
you
people play
watched
it.
the story?
No, I've watched a lot of people just play the game.
Oh yeah, it's so fun. Like it's stupid. Like how fun it is. Like you should not be allowed to have this much fun on a video game, but you can. You can see Weird Covenant people's dicks on that game.
Who?
Weird Covenant people.
What do you mean Covenant?
Cult people.
Never mind then. That's enough. I don't care. I don't want to. Creighton, it's a game.
Or
It's a
you can
video
go
game.
to a strip club and see titties.
Yeah, but you can do that in real life.
I
And
mean,
it's
you
way better
can,
than you see
but
in
I
in the
can't
game.
see cult dicks in real life.
Yeah, you can. It's not that hard.
I don't
go
know
to a
the
church.
places to go to.
A
And
church.
I don't frequent those areas like you might.
I don't.
Are you sure? You seem like you had an answer right away where to go to.
Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, you just got to think. Okay, where
Is
are
it not
people? Where
hard?
are people very easily? Where are people whose minds are not the strongest?
Were they hard, Charlie, or was it not hard?
I've never seen. Never done it myself. What am I hearing? Junior, that's a really good question. It's definitely Creighton's phone fucking with the microphones.
I moved it. I'm gonna put it in this chair. right
Okay.
here. That's far
Yes,
away.
get it nice and far.
I like this chair, by the way.
Which one is it? The little black one?
Yeah. Where did you get that?
It was just outside. It was
Oh,
in the garage.
Is that the chair you put Michael in?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, when they get here, the first one to sit in your chair gets it,
Yeah.
and they just
This is a pretty
rotate.
sweet
They
chair.
rotate accordingly because Alim's always on the corner and Michael's always over here on the
Yeah.
right, just because that's where the cameras are set up for them.
It's a pretty sweet chair. Can you believe we got this chair from Goodwill for like $15?
I mean, yeah,
And it looks
it's
this good.
Goodwill.
And it is that comfortable.
I like my chair much more.
I mean, you say that, but I've sat in your chair, Charlie. And let me
Mhm.
tell you, like, the only thing that's comfortable with that is, like, that it has padded armrests.
Okay.
This has nice curved wood. This mahogany, I think. It's been stained,
It's not mahogany.
lacquered, and fully attached to this chair.
That's almost 100%.
with plastic bits on the
It's
on
almost
the bottom.
definitely just pine.
No.
Yes.
You can smell pine, Charlie. This doesn't smell
That's
like pine.
not true.
Pine burns very fast. This has not burned at all. This is
Well, yeah, it hasn't been caught on fire yet, you turkey.
It will not be caught on fire because it's a good chair. You know why, Charlie? Because it's mahogany.
You know, I was hoping we could get a whole hour into the first episode of the week before I started losing my mind. It only took 13 minutes for me to truly understand that there's no turning back, and then I'm fucking stuck here.
It's only because we went to go get food beforehand. I feel like if we had just come into this,
Might have lasted a little longer.
yeah. Did you know they're bulldozing the Top Gear track?
I don't even know what that means.
Do you know what Top Gear is?
The show?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're bulldozing their test track to put up apartments.
Okay.
What? Are you not sad about that? Or you didn't watch
I
Top
don't
Gear?
care.
did you?
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't. I've seen.
I watched
I've seen a
Top
few
Gear.
episodes, but I don't.
I really enjoyed Top Gear. It's the British version, by the way, not the
Yeah.
American version. I really enjoyed.
Aren't they all the same version though? Like, aren't they the same people?
No, it's not the same people in
Oh,
each
okay
one.
then.
So like,
Because I know that the old guy got in trouble and had to be taken off of BBC, so Amazon
What?
bought the show. Yeah, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, which old guy? There's a bunch of old guys.
The main, like the older guy.
The oldest.
The oldest of the 3 main people.
Is it on Amazon now?
Yeah, it's an Amazon show. It's owned by Amazon.
Oh, I'll have to check.
Yeah,
that.
well, they're not allowed. So he's not allowed on BBC Network anymore, like on any show.
What?
Yeah.
What did he do? And how
He
much
said something. He said something that was perceived as like racist, I think, technically, but like it wasn't really. But BBC's like really weird about the rules,
Yeah.
and so he's just not allowed to be on anything ever. So the other 2 guys were like, "Fuck you, BBC," and just decided not to do any shows anymore.
Damn.
And then like Amazon bought them, so Amazon does them now.
So like, is all the episodes of Top Gear on there, even the ones
I
that
have
aren't
no
BBC?
clue.
Huh.
I
I'll
don't
check
know.
that out.
I don't know how that works.
What did he say? Like, can we?
I have no idea. I mean, you
You
can
just
look it
don't
up. You have a
remember?
laptop.
What's his
I never.
name?
I don't know. I don't know any of
Well,
these
listen,
things.
I don't have the materials. I need to look this up.
You can look up Top Gear people names.
I remember Adam.
Oh
from the
my
American
God.
version.
He calls me lazy. He's the one who cares. I don't care about
You
this. I'm
trying to
not
get the
gonna look
podcast? I know, right? Imagine I like talk
Yeah,
about
exactly.
whatever it
Like,
is.
You're gonna
and then,
say what he
like-
said exactly.
No. I was curious because
Here, let me read what he said
you remember
verbatim.
you remember when we had the whole thing with like Gina Carano got canceled, and we were both like, "What did?" Well, I was like, "What did she say?" And you're like, "You told." Well,
I said what
somebody
she
else
said.
might have told me.
I said what she said.
Yeah, we said what she said, and then we were like, "Well, that's stupid." You know.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So
silly.
this is either gonna be one of those that stupid kind of things, or like eh.
The
But I
thing with
mean-
the thing with that made me mad. I was talking to Mike about that today because he didn't know about it. Like he didn't know what
You
she
didn't
said.
know about that?
He
Oh.
knew that something had happened, but he didn't know like what she said.
Yeah.
Like the thing that made me mad was like all the articles, like all the articles that were very much like against her were saying Gina Carano compares being a Holocaust victim to being a Republican, which is not what she says. Like maybe I'm getting the wrong info, but from all
I mean,
of the
have you seen what she said?
yeah, from
Like
all the it's
word
all
for word?
quoted. Yes, word for word.
Okay.
All the and again, maybe I'm getting a doctored version or something in all these articles I'm reading, but so far all I've seen is that she says, like in the little phrase where she technically is saying, you can attribute this to that. She's saying it's like politics. How is that different from politics today? She's not saying how is that different than being a Republican today. She's saying how is that different from being subjugated because of how you think, whether you're left or right. You know what I mean? Whether you're Democrat or Republican is how I read it. I read it as like both, and that's how it feels when both sides. Because like I have friends who are far left, far right, right in the middle, and I myself am very much, I would think, moderate more than anything. And like I have views that are very left, and I have views that are very right. And like both sides, like I feel the strain from both sides about both things. You know what I mean? Like if you say if you align yourself with the right in any capacity, the people who are left enough to be mad are going to get mad, and vice versa. Creighton even got a lineup. It's drip or drown out here, and Creighton is drowning us all. Yeah, Creighton's definitely going to drown us all.
There you go.
Don't say there you go. Not when I said that.
So it wasn't for something he said.
Okay, what was it for?
I'm still reading, but essentially an altercation happened.
Oh, okay, I do know what happened. He, what was it? Somebody on the crew. Oh, Mike told me this. He hit somebody, I think. I think he hit somebody on the crew because they were trying to do something. I can't remember what they were doing. He's a very he doesn't like when the show makes you do stupid stuff just for the reality television aspect of it. Oh, I can't remember. What did he do? Figure out what he did. You don't have to read it out loud to yourself quietly.
Sorry.
It sounds really scary. Have y'all talked about the Avatar Studios yet?
Yeah,
Rick
we talked
Jr.?
about it
Yes,
3
we have.
times last week.
I'm so fucking excited. We can talk about it again. I'll talk
I mean,
about
we
it every
can,
episode.
But I think we've taught it to death for what we know right now.
I don't think we have. I think
think
you
we
just don't
have.
like re-bringing things up and having new thoughts. You get so like you're the laziest person I've ever met when it comes to like talking about
Look,
things.
we just don't know what's going on with it yet. We know they're making a new animated feature.
We don't have to know what's going on.
know
We can
they're
talk about. We
launching
can
a
speculate,
studio.
Creighton.
I know, but like, I want to talk about other stuff.
You never do though. You sit here quietly while I talk, and then
Well,
you
look,
sit here
I'm
quietly,
sorry.
and no one talks.
I'm sorry. So I read it. He hit somebody, and then he got fired.
Boom.
It doesn't. What I read didn't talk about what they
Theories
were
are better than the
necessarily-
actual thing.
What they were talking about didn't necessarily specify like what he was or what happened. WandaVision, by the way, we haven't talked about WandaVision. Charlie,
Yes.
WandaVision.
Yes.
So we haven't, because we saw it at the end of last week and haven't done the podcast since. That after credits scene. Honestly, like, I'm more excited about the after credits. I mean, it was a good episode, but I'm more excited for episode 9.
I feel like
I
for the
am.
people of the future who will not understand exactly what you're talking about,
Okay.
you should probably like when you say all these
Like, break it
things,
down a
break
little
it
bit
down
more.
a little bit because you're
Okay,
just
so do you want me, like break down the episode bit by bit or like?
yeah, sure, go ahead. I
So-
mean, spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen it. Me and Charlie saw it obviously like the second that it came out. Well, it was a little bit.
There's
after 'cause
always
we
that
watched
nice
tags.
minute of both of you passionately staring into each other's eyes.
Yeah, that's how we do it right here at the Shirts Off podcast.
Sure, totally.
We take our shirts off and stare at each other, and that's the
Anyway.
whole 2-hour podcast. It's just us staring into each other's eyes. Is it lovingly? Is it full of hate? Nobody knows. So the episode starts off with a recap of like her stealing Vision's body, and Hayward like being up to something, but you don't know what, and then her talking about her and Quicksilver growing up together, and then we got to see that for the first time ever, I think.
What
Yeah.
when they're looking at
Yeah.
the bomb?
Yeah, when they're looking at the bomb and their parents. We've never seen their parents on screen. We've seen them talk about their parents, but we've like I don't think not that I can recall we haven't seen.
I
their
don't think
parents.
we ever did. No.
So we saw their parents for the first time, which by the way, that scene was done
Very well.
Very well. Like they make you care so much about their family within like what a minute, if that. I mean, it wasn't very long. And the person they got to play Pietro, like young Pietro, looked pretty good. And the shows that they were watching too, like it was very much. This is why this
I agree,
is.
Junior. I agree.
Is very much. Yeah, she is. But I mean, look at Wanda. She's a baddie too, so like it
Yes.
just lines up. It makes sense.
Well, oh nope, can't say that.
What?
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay. So
Good job. Oh, I have a good. I'm good. Whew, almost said some crazy, reckless shit.
Charlie's feeling reckless today.
Go ahead. Anyway, what you're saying?
So the bomb blows up. Or no, yeah, their whole apartment gets blowed up, and then you see them underneath the table staring at the bomb that's blinking. And then it gets revealed, as if they've been setting it up since day one of Age of Ultron, that she stopped the bomb with her magic.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool. After that, I think we go to showing the experimentation that was done on her, which
Yes.
was never specified.
How it
in-
happened exactly.
Yeah, and now we kind of got to see that, and I would assume the same thing happened with Pietro,
Something similar. Yeah.
that he like walked into the room. The stone didn't reveal itself like it did to her, but like it affected him to where he gave him super speed.
I mean, they are twins, so effectively, like they are probably both a little magic before the stones.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
We
I
need a
didn't
whole
think about
segment on how Darcy Lewis is underappreciated.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, Kate Dennings is beautiful.
Yes, she's amazing.
I am in love
She's
with
got
her.
beautiful titties.
Okay.
I mean, her whole like body
Everything.
and her face is
Just
beautiful.
generally, she's
But
very,
like, I
very
didn't
beautiful.
realize like just like how big they are because she's always wearing like sweaters and stuff all the time. And then
Okay.
she was wearing like that circus. What would you call that?
corset.
No, it wasn't corset exactly. It was like what the what they call it? It's in The Greatest Showman. The ringmaster, like the ringmaster.
Okay,
Outfit.
I know what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. She was wearing one of those.
Yeah, and it was very tight, and I was like, oh, okay, I appreciate that. Anyways, where were we? So Wanda sees the stone.
Doesn't matter. We can talk about this some more.
Wanda sees the stone, right? Right? I didn't run.
The circus outfit.
Yeah, the circus outfit. Exactly. Thank you, Rickman Jr. He gets it.
You're children. You're both children.
So we get into the part where she sees the stone, and then what it made me think about immediately was like, oh, okay, this is why her vision clicked, because the stone, the stone gave her powers.
Well, yeah, well, everyone.
But
you didn't need to see that scene to know all
but
that.
I mean, like, I didn't think about it like that because I forgot that her powers and Pietro's powers came from the stone. Like, I hadn't thought about that in a long time because they talk.
That's like the whole reason in Infinity War that he gets her to. He says your powers come from the Mind Stones.
I know, but Infinity War was like 4 years ago. I hadn't thought about it in a while. And there's so much of the MCU to think about. I just hadn't thought about that in a really long time. I was like, oh yeah, her powers came from the stone, and he is
like
the
3
stone.
years ago, not even like 2.5
He
years
is
ago.
the stone, and she's like, part of the stone, and he's also Jarvis, and and Ultron. So there's that. He's the love child of a stone and 2 AIs, which is very weird to say, but so it makes sense. The thing that I'm questioning about it is, like, does that mean she can bring the stone back?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Not even take it from another reality?
I mean, yeah, we saw that. That was an Endgame. You could do that.
But you have to put it back.
Yes. That's the weird thing about like what's happening in Endgame right now is like the original stones, like the stones that were in that reality have been snapped out of existence. So like now the stones have just disappeared. Like there are no stones in that world, which is weird. Like I don't know how they're gonna.
Well, it's probably upset some sort of cosmic balance, right?
Yeah, I mean, look what's happening already.
Yeah.
Like some crazy shit's going down, and we don't
fully understand.
We don't fully understand. I mean, we'll see, as time goes on. But
the other thing,
I don't know how shit hasn't kept hitting the fan like it was before the 5 years from Infinity War to Endgame.
well, maybe it was, and
Maybe that's why the Eternals will be coming. True. I want the Eternals trailer.
You know what though? Like the scene that got me the most is like the scene that takes place like between Age of Ultron and Civil War,
with her and Vision on the bed.
Yeah.
That scene's pretty rough. It's a good scene.
It's a good scene, but like seeing her reaction to it, I was like, oh my god.
Bro, what'd he say? He said, "What is grief if not love persevering?" Bro.
And that was such a
Suck me. That is a great line.
You know
what
what?
is grief if not love persevering?
You know what the weird thing about it is?
That's what
it feels.
That's what you should teach your kids, people. Fuck.
It feels like it's the first time we've seen Vision in a very long time. Like really Vision, you know what I mean? Because
it's been 2.5 years.
Like
at least.
this version of Vision that she's made is Vision, but it's like that's Vision at his core. You know what I mean? Like that's Vision saying something Vision would say, and not just Vision without his memory.
Yeah, 'cause the thing that sucks the most is like we've seen more of Vision on this show that isn't really Vision than we saw real Vision.
Yeah,
'cause like real Vision, you see him in Ultron, for
which
like
I loved every part of him.
Yeah,
in Age of Ultron.
in Age of Ultron, he's on screen for maybe 15 minutes total of the movie, like talking like as a character, and then after that he's in Civil War for a lot, and then he's in Infinity War a lot. Like those are the movies he's like the biggest in, and you just don't like especially with Infinity War, like he's got a couple good lines, but like most of his best lines are in Civil War and in Ultron, and then you basically just don't see him again. Like he's in Infinity War and he's a big part of it. Don't get me wrong, but he's like he is made to be such a like not really big character because
and it's hard
he's
because
been
there's so
weakened.
many characters in that movie. Too,
Exactly. It's like Game of Thrones where you get lost. Like the character you might want to see the most in one episode kind of gets pushed under the rug because of the overarching story.
And they had to do that to him to weaken him. Elsewise, he could have just.
Otherwise, he's just fucking baller.
Yeah.
He's like way too powerful.
Do you think like him at his most powerful could have beat Thanos?
Probably not Thanos himself because Thanos essentially mitigates a lot of the powers he has.
Oh, like the Infinity Stones?
Yeah, I mean.
What about Thanos without the Infinity Stones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can kill anybody. Vision, peak Vision is probably technically, other than Wanda herself, because she is quite literally a counter to Vision, is like the most powerful one.
Like God level.
Like God level.
More powerful
He's
than
an
Thor?
Infinity
Thor?
Stone. Huh?
More powerful than Thor?
I think so, yeah. Because he can just do it. Like, he can just face.
Oh, and he can pick up the hammer.
He
I
can
forgot
pick up
about-
that. Yeah, he's worthy. He's a
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, he's so strong.
I think the line about grief is what makes him worthy.
No, that's
No.
not the line.
No.
That's not the line that makes him. He was worthy fucking 3 minutes after being born. That's when he picks up
The-
the hammer the first time.
The line that he
He's
says
born
to-
worthy. He's an Infinity Stone.
The lines he says to Ultron at the end of Age of Ultron.
That was closer to a reason. Those are probably the best lines he has in the whole franchise so far.
yeah.
Is when he's breaking down humanity
Yeah. Because
so
he's not
good.
human.
because he's not human.
And it's like, it's one of those things you're like,
Well,
wow.
I was born yesterday. Bro, I love Paul Bettany's voice.
Do you think that Paul Bettany was talking about Paul Bettany when he's talking about like a great character that somebody he's always wanted to work with?
I'm starting to think now that might be what it is.
I mean, if I was Paul Bettany, I would have.
It's a pretty great joke,
Someone,
but
I've
I'm
always-
gonna be so disappointed. Like, if we see Doctor Strange at least, which I think we have to, then I will be less disappointed because at least we got one big cool character. But I think now, after hearing what he said word for word, that's definitely what it is. I think he's definitely talking about working with himself.
Oh, we didn't even talk about. So the reason we're saying that is because they've rebuilt Vision's body. Sort
White
of.
Vision.
White Vision is what
Yes.
is what he's going by, according to those on the
Well, that's
street.
what he is in the comics.
Yeah, according to those on the street.
No, in the comics.
And
That's what Stan Lee
what do you
decided.
think he's in his forehead?
It's just some gem, some conduit to like focus all the energy into one spot, so he can have his beam.
Do you think he's going to be as powerful as regular Vision?
I think he's gonna be more powerful than regular Vision.
Really?
Yeah.
People are saying it's going to be a tearjerker of an ending. You want to know what I think is going to happen?
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think this Vision that Wanda's created and that Vision, White Vision, are going to merge.
No.
And then you don't think so? Hear me out. Let me finish though,
Okay.
before you go with your thing. I think they're going to merge, and then he's going to be like, oh, this is a lot, and I got to take some time to think and just fucking, like, leave.
Yeah. No.
You think he's going to die?
That's 100%. The scene, yes. The scene,
like, the
that
fifth
scene
time.
from that movie is the fifth time for the second time. He died twice in
He
like
died
2
twice
seconds. Sure.
In Infinity War.
Sure. Okay. This is the third time.
He, like, died leaving the...
No, he didn't.
Hex,
no,
sort of.
That's
He
not a
almost
death.
did. He was
sure,
close.
but he didn't. Like,
Uh,
there was no suffering. Well, like, we knew by the end of that episode he was
you know
fine.
what's weird?
Hold on.
He's made out of vibranium, though. Like, even though he's
Not
like
in
this
that.
creation of Wanda.
Not Wanda's version of him is no.
But that's how Hayward's been tracking him. His vibranium signature.
That's just what they've been saying. They haven't
But
been
you don't
tracking him
think?
at all. I don't think that's true at all. No.
But I mean, like, Darcy logged
I think that's a
in.
plot hole.
You
I don't
it's a
think he's
plot?
real. I don't think he's really like he's there, but he's not.
What about the children, then?
Oh, we're gonna
I
see.
don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna be sad too. I think one, it's just smart writing. They put the scene of him and Wanda on the bed, and he says that what is grief if not love, persevering? He has to be dead now. Otherwise, that line is like moot. That line is useless. That line is just like worthless if it doesn't come true. Like, sure, it can come true for lots of other characters in the MCU, I guess, if you want, but for him to be the one delivering that line, it has to be him that dies. Otherwise, they're writing great lines and then not paying them off. That's just not how good writing works. That's shitty. So he has to die, and then White Vision will be like the new placeholder Vision, and he will be good, I think, but he'll be more neutral than good. Or he'll just be, or they'll do their like Marvel thing, and he'll just be like a one-off villain and then disappear. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
You think they're setting up to be a main player?
Yeah, whether he like it's a good player or bad player, I think he'll be a main player. I think he'll be he'll be an Avenger level character. Like he'll be like an Avenger, but I don't know if he'll actually be an Avenger. Like, but we'll see.
I wonder how much of like original Vision is left in there. You know what I mean? Or if he's just been completely wiped.
I think
due
it's
to the-
completely wiped.
You
If
think
Doctor
so?
Strange doesn't show up, it's some bullshit. You can literally see Darcy tracking him. They better introduce Mephisto and Doctor Strange.
Exactly,
If Mephisto isn't
see?
introduced, the kids are going to die. Mephisto or Nightmare. Because those are both like cosmic level crazy powers. Charlie's just excited to see white power representation in a major way. Right.
It's true.
I don't like this Vision. I don't want him. From what I've heard about how he is in the comics, I don't.
So
I'm just gonna miss normal Vision too. He's like deadpan. He's like very like he's a robot. He's very much a robot. Is all. He's like Vision if Vision didn't have a personality and sound like Paul Bettany.
Does he sound like Paul Bettany?
He probably does.
What if he does?
I think he will because like
What if he's like just?
it's either gonna be Paul Bettany or James Spader.
Imagine if he's British Surrey.
It's either gonna be Paul Bettany or James Spader.
What if they use this as a back door to get Ultron back in?
Maybe.
I want Ultron to come back. So
I don't
bad.
think Ultron ever left.
I don't think he did either.
I
I
think
think
he's gonna be
Vision
here.
didn't kill him. Like my theory since Age of Ultron ended.
I don't want to kill Ultron.
You know what I mean? Because it's like,
I don't want to
did we talk about like how the Guardians of the
unique.
Galaxy got together in the comics?
No.
So in the comics,
I agree, Jack.
remember Age of Ultron came out before the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I might be
Okay.
wrong about that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think I'm wrong. In the comics, Ultron got shot into space and like just crash landed somewhere and started assimilating the planet. And that's what made the Guardians of the Galaxy get together. They had to get together to fight Ultron. That was their very first villain. Well, this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean.
Okay.
So maybe we'll see that in a third Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Or
No.
he's on Earth.
The next Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely going to be about Adam Warlock. They set that up way too hard and have not paid it off. He was supposed to be a big character in Endgame as well, or Infinity, one of the two.
How come they didn't do that? Time.
Whatever reasons, yeah. Mainly the James Gunn firing. They were supposed to make Guardians 3 like fucking 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Like Guardians 3 was supposed to come out like right after Endgame. And now it's like 2 or 3 years away still.
Damn.
Because they fucked up with James Gunn.
They shouldn't have fucked up.
PC culture. They got the better of them this time.
Yeah. I think that Ultron's going to be alive. And potentially, he's going to be the cause of the Hex. Potentially.
No.
That's a bit of a reach,
That's a pretty big reach.
but I'm sticking my guns
I
here.
don't know. He's got connection to Wanda specifically.
Yeah. I would love to see more scenes with him and Wanda, 'cause then, like, imagine Vision's, like, gone, and, like, he just gets to rub that in her face.
That'd be pretty crazy.
In James Spader's voice, like,
I was
oh my
watching.
God.
I was watching scenes from The Blacklist with him today on YouTube just 'cause I
You missed his voice?
miss his voice. Nah, not because I was watching. The scene? There's a scene in season 1 that's based on the song, or not based on the song, but kind of based on the song. The man when the man comes around by James
Oh,
by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
And in the scene, like
You showed me that scene before.
yeah, in the scene he's fucking.
Yeah.
He's fucking shit up. It's great. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
It's like over 3 minutes long, and it's
He, like, has a bunch of people killed, right? 'Cause they hurt somebody close to him or whatever.
yes. Well, he has them kill. They weren't the ones that hurt the person close to him, but because of them, it happened. So
Yeah.
he was tying up loose ends by taking all of them out
Yeah.
for the person that did it, so that he could go to them and like be even. It's a good scene. It's a great show.
It's like a
I say
terrifying scene. too.
Yes, because you see James Spader's character at like true like holy shit. Well, he's a murderer
Yeah.
capacity.
It's kind of like, 'cause like the show portrays him, because I've seen a little bit of the Blacklist. I haven't seen all the way to the part where you're talking about, but like the show definitely like at first portrays him as sort of like this. Oh, it's this CIA fugitive, but like he's got a heart of gold or whatever. And
No,
not heart of gold, but like you don't take him as like a serious like.
you take him as a serious villain an episode or two in.
Yeah, but it's not like he murders like.
Yes, he
Yeah.
murders a person every episode for the first 5 episodes.
Does he for real?
Yes,
I just don't
you
have.
can't
a good
remember
memory
it.
of the
Yeah,
show.
dude, he's a fucking.
I think I was just
Psychopath.
So, like,
he just fucking murks people left and right. He doesn't even think about it.
I think I was just so enthralled with James Spader. I forgot.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was
he's
murdering
awesome.
People. Like if James Spader turned out to be like a really bad guy, I'd be like, "Come
Yeah.
on, man! Him with that voice, he's got to be all right."
I don't know. He is incredibly good at being the evil bad guy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the
He's
rest
got
of
the voice
Blacklist.
for it,
I've
too.
stopped. I've watched Blacklist season 1 all the way through twice now, and still not started season
Really?
2.
Why not?
I don't know.
Are you just nervous?
I
Are you
don't- I
scared
just-
the show's not going to be that
It,
good?
it seems like a good ending, and then I don't want to watch anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've seen shows like that. Like, the very first season of Arrow's like that, to me. Like, it's just such a... Like, I will say this. For being, like, such a campy show that Arrow turned out to be, the first, like, 2 seasons of that show are, like, some of the best television I've ever seen.
There's a lot of shows that would have been great if they just stuck to their first 2 seasons and then stopped. But then they got money hungry and wanted to keep going, so they keep... Like, the best example is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead Season 1 is incredible. The Walking Dead Season 2, it's okay. Walking Dead Season 3 is fucking fire. It should have stopped after the first half of Season 4.
Really?
The halfway mark for Season 4, the very end, is like the... Did you watch The Walking Dead at all?
No.
Not at all?
I never got on that train because... And that and Breaking Bad, when those 2 things were happening at the same time, and, like,
They weren't.
Dexter or whatever... Well, I mean, they were being, like, when I was on Facebook or whatever a lot, they were pushing them a lot, and I just never watched
Breaking
them.
Bad ended right when Walking Dead was really starting.
Really?
Yeah, like Breaking Bad ended in 2000, like,
2013, right?
yeah, and then Walking Dead, I think, technically started in 2011, but the second season didn't start for, like, 2 years, so really, like, Season 2, Season 3 were, like, 2013, 14, 15, kind of, here, hold on.
I remember seeing stuff for them around the same time, because people were, like, losing their shit over Daryl.
Yeah. When
Because
did...
Daryl died in the comics, right? Or
He
something?
wasn't a character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's made specifically for the show. And
Is Daryl still alive?
yeah, he's who the show's about now.
Really?
Yeah, the other guy isn't there anymore.
The sheriff dude.
September of 2013 is when Breaking Bad ended. When did Walking
Did the sheriff dude die?
Dead start? Oh, it started in 2010.
Oh.
So when
Yeah.
did Season 2 start? Walking Dead.
See, I knew I remember that
Season
correctly.
2 start.
They're trying to tell me.
Okay, well, no. So Season 1 was 2010. Season 2 was 2013.
As I said,
Season
Charlie, you
2
were
came
right.
out after Breaking Bad ended.
Well, that makes sense though from a show lineup thing. You
Oh
don't
wait,
want to have your
no,
audience
not the fucking game. It brought me Walking Dead Season 2, the game.
Wait.
No,
There's a game specifically for Season 2?
no, there's The Walking Dead and then The Walking Dead Season 2, the video game. There's different. It's like,
Is the video game any good?
yes, the video games are incredible actually. Like they're better than the show to me.
Really?
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, Season 2 was in 2011. Okay, they've been steady like a year on and off.
I mean, that sounds right. Like, you know.
I felt like there was such a big time jump though. Not time jump, but I felt like there was such a big jump in real time. Stop eating ice right in the mic. Oh, I hate you. Marijuana does need to be legal just so I can handle you.
Did you, so what happened to the sheriff dude? Did he die?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
He died in the show, kind of, but not really.
Is it like one of those things that's up in the air?
No, it's one of those things that like in the show it made sense, but in the like now they're gonna make movies with him and him how he survived. It's stupid. I saw the scene on YouTube of him air quote dying, and it's like there's no way he dies. There's no way he gets away in the way that they're trying to say he did. It's silly,
Or
man.
was it all a dream?
It's silly is what it is. It's absurd looking. I don't know. The show really fell off after season like 5 or 6. Cuz like I watched the show was great. Season 1 was fucking incredible, low key. Season 2 was like pretty good. It was a little weird because they had such a big budget for season 1 and then they cut the budget in half and wanted double the episodes for season 2 where it was like, "Huh?" And then season 3 they were finally like, "Okay, hold on. We're sorry. We'll make it great again." And then season 3 was fucking awesome. Season 3 is fucking awesome. Season 4 was pretty awesome in the first half. The end of the first half of season 4 is incredible. And then the very end of season 4 is pretty incredible. The first episode of season 5
Which
is
one?
probably the best episode of the series.
Really?
Then it kind of gets like
Which one has
Weird.
Negan in it?
Negan is the end of season 6. I want to say Negan is the very... I want to say season 7 starts with Negan. 'Cause like he's the very end of season 6.
He's like the bad guy, right?
Yes, he's like the bad guy.
Really?
He's such a bad guy.
Really?
He's like the most baller bad guy ever.
Is it?
But he ruins the show. Like
Really?
they went a little too hard in the paint. They were trying too hard to be Game of Thrones. They kill off some pretty major characters in really like not cool ways. Like they killed them off in essentially like a worthless like
Glenn.
Like Glenn. They killed Glenn off.
I remember people were upset, and I don't like. At the time, I was like in and out of Walking Dead forums. So,
Yeah.
like I would just kind of skim through and be like, "Oh, okay, well that's interesting. I'll never watch this, but like
Yeah, like Glenn. When they killed Glenn,
I know a lot of people were upset.
it's not even that they killed him. The problem is they faked us out one time by killing him, and then they bring him back,
Yeah.
and he never died. And then, such a short time later, they actually kill him. And when they actually kill him, it's such a one. They've already faked us out.
It's such a in-your-face death.
It's such an in-your-face death. One, because of how they do it. They do it in such a
he gets beat up with a baseball bat, right?
beats to death. Like brain. His head is gone by the end of it.
Ew.
Like they beat his brains literally in. Like his brain and skull and like face are just mushed into the ground and like are mush. Like they're not even part of the like. There's no noticeable head anymore. Like it's just a body. And they do that to 2 characters. They do that to like Glenn and another like pretty big character at the time, and it's like they ripped them away so hard. And it was the show trying to be like we're still Walking Dead and people aren't safe. It's like sure, but his death is not even sort of poetic at that point. Like he just dies. Like his death is literally just to say, hey, we're gonna kill him. It's. I don't know if people still watch. I don't know how big of a show it still gets. I'm cheering for the zombies. Yeah, at this point, honestly, like Daryl's cool, but even Daryl, like at a certain point, like I don't know. I didn't keep watching the show, so I don't know. It just got so bad, bro. I just cannot. I did not like it anymore. I watched like 3 more episodes after that, and was pretty done with it. Realized like pretty quick, like yeah, there's no more
But
of this.
Negan's dead now, right?
I don't think so.
Is he still alive?
I think Negan's like in jail. Like Negan's like he's like an old sage bad guy character that they go to and talk to about weird shit all the time. I don't know. It's
that
silly.
makes sense. That's what happened with Slade, which is one of the things that I liked about Arrow season 2 is like that he didn't just fucking kill him.
Yeah.
You know that like he was. Do you care about spoilers for Arrow? So him and Oliver were trapped on the island 5 years before the show started.
Yeah.
And whenever he finally captures them, he puts them in a prison that's on the island.
Damn. That's hilarious.
Right? It's so funny. And he ends with like, "I'll get you, Arrow," or something like that. Like, he's all upset.
I haven't seen Arrow yet, dickhead. Oh, there you go.
Well,
Just
I'm
as bad
sorry,
now.
feedback. We did say spoiler warning before you even got here.
Well, that wouldn't help him, would it? You idiot. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Praise be to me, the sexiest of them all.
I like that.
I mean,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, okay.
Did you do the weather or the number?
No, not yet.
How far are we in?
47 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
It's episode 168, everybody, or 168, the code for accidental childbirth.
Is that
Got
like
a 168 over here.
Is that a
got
police
us
scanner code?
got us a Creighton, an accidental childbirth.
Is that a police scanner code or is that like a
George
hospital
told
code?
Angel he was a 168. Angel punched him in the face.
Why did Angel punch him in the face?
Because he's saying that Angel's an accidental childbirth.
Oh, I thought he was saying himself.
No. Angel's
You
a
mean
boy.
failed abortion?
Sure. Accidental. How? That's a good question. The weather in Baker County, Oregon.
See, that's what I was saying. Feedback.
The weather in
Sorry, go
Baker County, Oregon is partly cloudy. Clear with periodic clouds, I should say.
PR.
30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Are you all right over there?
I'm hiccuping. 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Precipitation is 2%. Whopping 2% out here. 2%. Reduced milk.
Where's
2%. Humidity is 67 degrees.
Humid.
67%. And the wind is 3 miles per hour. Welcome, Creighton, to the Shirts Off Podcast,
Welcome.
episode 168.
Welcome, Charlie, to to the Shirts Off podcast.
Accidental childbirth sounds like some drippage from anal happened. Yeah. That's, yeah.
But imagine, like, feeling like you got a fart and then you just birthed a child. I feel like that's what pregnant women go through every day.
I don't think that's what they feel like.
The Urban
Creighton, I'm
Dictionary
gonna
word
go
of the
ahead and put that
day.
out there. I feel like that's not what they feel
The
like.
Urban Dictionary word of the day is melomaniac.
Yes.
One who has a mania for music. Mixing things up.
That was boring.
You
That was
thought
such
it was
a
gonna
boring.
You thought it was going to be something sexual or something, you know?
Yeah,
Arm-
you usually do. It's
arm
you. You
arm
always pick weird.
wrestling
You
off
actually
the
just
bu-
picked. You actually just picked the word of the day this time instead of picking like a
Yeah.
like just
I-
combing
I
through
get
the weird
crazy
sex things that you do. Creighton just constantly is looking up weird sex shit on Urban Dictionary.
I told you we got to do that Alabama pig roast, Charlie.
What?
That's the one.
I
Where
know what it
they're
is. I
Arm
just say
wrestling
what so
off of
you
a
don't. You,
girl's back. Does Creighton have the most punchable face with that haircut, or is it just me? Good to
no,
be
I agree,
back.
Jesse.
Good
But
to be
like
back.
for
We had
me,
a
it
good
could be
weekend.
any haircut for me. I'm always down to punch Creighton in the face.
We had a good weekend, Charlie. You know what I did?
What?
I stayed at my girlfriend's house one
Okay.
day. Then I went to the lake another day. Had fun down there. Went out to eat at Olive Garden. Had salmon for the first time in a while. That was
Wow.
delicious, by the way. I love
This is
salmon.
riveting.
Thank you.
Riveting stuff.
And then Saturday. What did I do Saturday?
Oh my god.
I think I didn't do anything Saturday.
This is
Sunday.
the first episode of the week.
Sunday.
We're crashing and
We
burning.
took a
before
we took
Tuesday.
a road trip. I hate salmon is for soccer moms. I went on a road trip to my dad's hometown, and then my hometown, which is Georgetown,
Okay.
and I went and ate at this restaurant that was like right on the docks of the harbor there. Would it be a
Okay.
harbor or a bay?
Oh my god.
What is the difference between the two? Anyways, it was a fun time.
This is the man I've chosen as my lifelong comedy partner.
I got back last night at like 10 with Kristen. We both crashed. Woke up this morning to a cat laying on my ass.
Nice. Creighton says girlfriend, but all I hear is I am Buffalo Bill and have a girl in the bottom of a well.
And then
You would have a girl in the bottom of a
I
well.
went and cashed part of my tax income.
Okay.
check, and,
Awesome.
Went to work. Then I came here.
I was
And that's
I was-
everything that happened.
I felt like I was there. You told that so well. That was
Thank you.
such a good podcast thing to talk about, to use our time on the podcast to
You're
discuss.
welcome. Do you know what though? We
What?
really all
What
need,
though?
we all
After
need
that,
to-
what?
we all need when we go to the beach again. We all do need to take a trip to Georgetown and just like they have the street called Front Street, which is in front of like all of the.
Is it in front of something?
It was in front of the bay and stuff, or whatever it is, where all the ships come in and like the fishing boats and stuff. And it'd be cool to kind of like walk around there and eat their food and play Pokemon Go and that kind of thing. Imagine all the fish Pokemon we could get, Charlie. Charlie, we could
I don't
get,
play that game.
Charlie, we could get so many fish Pokemon. It'd be ridiculous.
Chuck, just come visit and let's do a podcast where I am the guest host for a week so everyone realizes how bad Creighton is. I think they already do, Jesse, because of the other podcasts I do. The problem's just the timing. Like, if we did that one, like, now, like, people would be here for it and be like, oh,
Look,
shit, this is
look,
such a better podcast.
I think that those two that you do the podcast with are just weighing you down.
Mhm.
And me, I'm like wings. You put me on your back, Charlie. I'll get you up there.
The thing is that I tell both parties that the other podcast is better because both parties
I
say
do,
the other
or
podcast
on
is
and
so
off.
bad.
Yes.
Not on and off. Now, every time they get brought up, you mention how shitty they are, like on or off the podcast.
Well,
And they've done the same to you, but since before you've been doing it. So, like, at this point, I've just decided my natural position is to talk shit against whoever is talking shit.
but see, now look.
I am the enemy to all, the enemy to all three.
We'll see the enemy of my enemy,
They're the enemy.
is my friend.
Right.
But the enemy of my enemy is my enemy. 'Cause you got 3 enemies there. So it
Yeah.
has to be a 4-way.
Right.
Everybody has to.
Why?
hate each
Why
other.
why did you talk about the? Why did you want to talk about the Golden Globes?
Oh, did you see Chadwick Boseman's wife?
Yes.
Thing, that was emotional.
I did not watch it.
Oh, you didn't
I
watch
saw
it?
that it happened. I didn't watch it.
You
The only thing I saw was Amy Poehler and Tina Fey's opening, which was funny, and then, excuse me, the chick from Queen's Gambit won Best Actress for a limited series.
really? Well, you wanted her to win anyway, right? 'Cause
Yes.
You're like, I
The
love
thing
her.
that some people I saw on Twitter were a little upset.
Why? Were they wanted somebody else to win?
No, because she was classified as a person of color.
She's not.
She's
She's
Argentinian,
Oh well, yeah.
but again, it's very weird.
I mean, like, who cares what her skin color is if her?
It's like the percentage is what's weird. 'Cause like if you wanted to be like that, like I'm technically Native American
well
by
I
like a
mean-
fraction
Well,
of.
I mean, like how much Argentinian are we saying here? Like, is
Well,
she
let's
like
see.
60%? Is it like right there on the line, or is it like I'm 15% and this is what I'm claiming? 'Cause I mean, we live in a society where if you are 15% of something, people can just claim that as their shit. And people get mad that they're claiming
yeah,
it.
look
But then
at-
you have people who are get mad that they're not respecting that she's claiming that, you know?
yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's silly that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
it's kind of like a thing where you had to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, she's a Florida-born Argentine British actress.
So what does that mean? Do
It
we
means
have a
that
scale here? Like,
I
you
don't know.
Is
Let's see.
there a line graph?
She was born in Miami, the youngest of 6 children. Damn. Her mother was born in Zambia to English and Spanish parents. Her father is English and Scottish descent. So her mother is born in Zambia to English and Spanish.
So she's more English
So
than she is.
Way more. So English and Spanish for the mom would mean the mom is only half Spanish.
Yeah.
And then
So
her
she's
father is
claiming to be
English.
25%. It'd be like 25% of her thing.
Yes.
But it
25% Scottish, 25% Spanish, 50% English.
Yeah. So it all depends.
And if in that case, I'm a quarter Italian. I'm the same way Italian. It's literally just appearance. Tom Segura is a white guy to most people. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But Tom is much more. His mother's like full Peruvian. He's half Peruvian.
well, I mean,
Like this chick's, and I mean a quarter and half. I mean, sure, it's like kind of different, but not really.
Elon Musk is like what, South African, right? Or
Yeah, well,
something?
yeah, but he was born in. He is South African. He was born in South Africa. He has South African parents. He's a South African person.
Yeah.
Like that's true.
And nobody bats an eye at that.
Yes, because he's white.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
South
but
African.
she's
South
white too.
Africans are South Africa is where most white Africans are born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's South. That's like South Africans. Most of them are white. A lot of. I think I'm right saying that. I don't think that's insensitive. That's like a big.
But
Staple
South
there.
African, yeah, that's what feedback Jesse said.
The South Africans are white. They are like 100% Dutch, though. Yeah, that's the thing. They came from Europe, but they've been
So-
there for a long time. So it's like,
Can I ask a question that
What is
might
your
be
question?
even more important to this whole discussion? Who cares?
see, you say that, but that's the kind of shit that'll get us all canceled.
I mean,
I'm with you.
Look,
I'm with you. It's
look,
silly. I think
if
it's
she wants to claim it, let her claim it.
sure.
She might not should claim it. I wouldn't claim it if it's just 25%. But we also are like, it's your body, your choice. We're living in that kind of time too. So
Yeah, for me-
where's the line for that?
For
You
me,
know what
I
mean?
just don't care.
like, you get
just
what I'm
don't
saying
care.
though? Like, you have people that are like, I'm this and not this, even though I look like this,
Sure.
So if she's feeling Argentinian,
Well, she is Argentinian.
well, but you know what I mean. If she's feeling like the Argentinian part of her represents herself more, then why not let her represent herself how she chooses to, like we tell people to do all the time.
Creighton hates trans people. I get the undertone here.
No, I really don't.
He's talking shit.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, you get what I'm saying though. Like, you know what I mean. Granted, I get that it's not technically the same, but isn't it though? Like, I don't know. I just feel like the same people who are getting mad about this are all like, live your truth and have like their, like,
No, they're the ones defending it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No.
What?
Who am I mad about? The ones who put their.
Well, probably both. It's probably the thing is with a situation like this is there's probably people on all the sides that are upset about it. Just to be upset. At this
you
point,
think she just did it to upset
I don't
everybody?
think she did it.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think it's her that did this. Like
I would have.
This was the
I
Golden
would have
Globes.
so upset everybody. I would have just been like,
White people are always the enemy. Yes.
Yes, that's fair.
In shit like this, white people are the ones always complaining. White people will complain on like people's behalf more than anybody else.
Did this physically hurt somebody?
Specifically white women.
Is my question.
Physically, probably not, but
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, then. Well, there we go. So it's
I
not
doubt it.
important.
Sexist. I don't care. Fuck 'em.
No, I mean, look, he's got a point. It is mostly like, the
Me?
widest.
You mean me? I have a point
yeah,
or just
it's
okay.
mostly like the widest people.
At this
that
point, I
are,
don't
like
I'll be sexist towards white women all the live long day. I'm not even really
like,
attracted to
it'll
them
be
anyway.
It'll be stuff that
I'm
you're
more,
like.
more attracted towards other women.
It'll be like stuff like Barney's purple, and that's offensive to blah blah blah. And you're like,
Exactly.
You're like, why am I listening to this again?
Yeah, dude.
Which, granted, I get it. Some people need representation, and like, I respect
just
that
so-
aspect of it.
Yeah.
But like, when we're getting stuff like Gina Carano pulled down for her not even saying something that's racist, I think that's a line. Maybe this lady shouldn't have claimed that she's this 25% or whatever. We don't know if it was up to her. We don't know if it was just them saying that. Either way, I'm glad she won.
Oh, the Queen's Gambit?
Yeah,
Yeah, and whatever her name
You
is.
said she's a really good actor, right?
Yeah, she's incredible.
So then there we go.
Yeah, she's
and
awesome.
that should be what people take away from it. She did a good job and she won. Who cares what the words say?
No, I mean, I agree.
Next thing.
I'm with you.
They did it all from Zoom call, right?
A lot of it. Not all of it. She is a talented broad. God damn it, Jesse. Why do you want to get off of the subject so bad?
No, not that. Not.
You're like, oh, next subject.
No, I'm just no. I'm not saying onward to the next subject. I just feel like,
What?
I'm
What do you
saying
feel like?
I'm telling to those people to move on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You
yes.
get what I'm saying?
Yes. No, I'm with you. I think
I'm not saying let's move on.
at this point, for me, it's like,
Unless-
there's got to be better things to do with your time.
yeah. Look, I get it.
Like, look, if it really is hurting somebody, if she came out and said, like, it hurts me that people think this way, like, okay, then let's come
have
together
something
and
to work
realize, okay, maybe we shouldn't talk like this about her. But, like, how about we just complain about shit and be annoying and, like, be, like, let's just let everybody be really insensitive and rude until it bothers somebody.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I'm starting to get tired of it 'cause it's bothering me that we're being so fucking sensitive for everyone. Like,
And-
let's let everybody just deal with shit a little negatively so that they can come out of it a little bit harder.
Well, that.
Because everybody's getting real soft and they get real upset about everything real fast.
Well, that and like.
Exactly.
I
People are
feel
getting
like-
triggered harder and harder over nothing. It takes nothing to make someone mad now. Just mention the word like white person and or mention politics and then
Exactly.
mention left, right, down the middle, whatever. Like, oh, you think you're a moderate? You're probably not even a moderate. Like, what?
Well,
Like,
so
what?
I think about it like this: the guy who plays Sean Spencer on Psych is
Fist fight to the death to settle all of this.
is like
Exactly.
whatever percent that she is, but Latin or
Wait,
Latina.
who? What are we
The
talking
guy who plays the main character on Psych,
about? Okay.
and he looks very white, but he's very Hispanic. Like he like knows how to
Yeah.
speak Spanish, how to
Like
roll
Tom
his tongue.
Segura. Tom
Yeah.
Segura is 50% Peruvian. Like the man, he
Yeah.
speaks fluent Spanish. He's 50% Peruvian.
And I feel like if he made a bigger deal out of him being Hispanic, or maybe a bigger deal out of himself being Hispanic, people would get upset because he doesn't look Hispanic. You know what I mean?
Sure, but he is, so they can't.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. is yeah, exactly. Louis C.K. is
Exactly.
Mexican. I mean, it's like
Really? He is?
yeah, he is.
Like legitimately?
Yes, legitimate. Like
I
just
didn't
like
know
Tom
that.
Segura. Yeah.
Like, was he born there, or like what do we mean by Mexican?
His mom is Mexican. I think it's his mom. It might be his dad. No, it's his dad because his mom's. He was born. Oh, and he was born. There you go, Jesse. Knowledge
there
boy.
we go.
There you go. He was born there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, people are very judgmental.
Louis.
Louis, Louis, Louis,
Sorry, that's what you said that, and that made me think of the theme song. That show that was canceled.
I love that show. The show is so funny. It's so funny. That show is so good. Dude, the episode, there's a 2-part episode where it's young Louis and
with the drugs.
And Jeremy
You've said
Renner.
this many
Jeremy
times.
Renner plays a drug dealer. It's so good. That song makes me want to jerk off on my employees. Dude, me too. God, Jesse.
That's a deep
we're the
cut.
same. It's not a deep cut. It's a very pop culture.
I mean, it's
cut.
been a while since that's happened, though. Like,
Yeah, but it hasn't gone
it's
away.
like 3 or 4 years. When is that?
Not that long.
It's been a minute.
Not really, though. He's definitely the person that's been
I had-
ostracized the
I
most
had
because
long
of it.
hair then. It's been a while. I cut my hair to show that time's passed.
You probably cut your hair before this, actually. Like that might have been even before the first time you cut it a few years back. It's been a while since all that
all
happened.
that was going on while I was
It's
living
been
in Colombia.
5 years.
I think. He got canceled while I was living in Colombia, though, because I heard it on the radio while I was
No, it
driving
was
back
way
and
before
forth.
that.
See?
It's
Pull it
definitely.
up.
I mean, okay.
Pull it up, bitch.
I know what happened because I was still dealing cards at
Blah, blah, blah.
a place that was 5 years ago. When did
Were you going to drop
we-
the address for that place?
No, but I would have said enough. November 2017. So 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, see, I was living in Colombia in 2017.
Well, technically, it took place in 2002.
Oh, well,
So,
I was what, like 5. Yeah. And you would have been like
so this
6
article
or like 24 or something.
is when he was accused.
Yeah, see, so 2017, I was living in Colombia. What's the good Brown Eye Pirates?
What's good, Brown Eye Pirate? It's good to see you, Copenhagen.
Good to see you
It's
too.
always good to see you early.
Copenhagen, what do you think about the lady from Queen's Gambit?
No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't know who that is.
I want to see what he thinks, though.
But we're gonna have to re-explain all of it because he doesn't know what
Okay.
that is, and we're not doing that.
Okay.
I'm talking about Louis. He probably knows everything about the Louis C.K. show.
Yeah.
How do you feel
Well,
about
that's
Louis
just him
C.K.
being
getting in trouble?
sexist.
Louis or Copenhagen?
Copenhagen. Because he
Why is
cares
it?
more about a male celebrity than he
You want
does a
my opinion
female
on her?
celebrity.
Sure, Jesse.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. Throw it out there.
How old is she?
She's
gotta be like
gotta be like
my age.
26.
I know
Was
about
she in
Louis.
Game of Thrones?
No.
You spelled Louis wrong.
Me?
No, he did, didn't he? Isn't it Louis in the show?
Yes, but he didn't spell Louis wrong. He spelled maybe that
Spelled
Louis.
That Louis. wrong.
But not really. He spelled Louis properly. Like if you're gonna say Louis instead of
I would-
Louis.
I had to swing my dick around to shoot a load in both of her eyes because they are so
Damn.
far apart.
That's fucked up. It's like Amanda Seyfried.
Or you could just, shoot 2 out at the same time and have them go in separate directions.
She is. I'm older than her.
Yes.
Actually. She's only 24. She'll be 25.
Wow, so there
She's
you
older
go,
than you.
Charlie. She's older than me, but younger than you.
Yeah, she'll
Did
be.
you see
Her
my
birthday
tweet
is
the other
April
day?
16th. She'll be 25 in April. What'd you say?
Did you see what I tweeted you the other day? I was
have
watching
no
the first
idea.
episode of iCarly, and they say that
Oh, you said that one more year and I'll be as old as Spencer when he started the show. Or at the beginning of the show.
at the very beginning of the show. Which, by the way, iCarly's on Netflix.
At least
Yeah.
he asked. That's what I'm saying, Copenhagen. Natalie Dormer, who is in Game of Thrones, yes, she is.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
We saw her titties.
Split stream that shit.
Yep, there you go. Split stream. That's what I was thinking
Split
about.
stream what?
The load.
Oh.
Yeah, there you
Jesus.
go. I love that moment of confusion where I was like, oh, man, am I going to have to explain this even more? Because I will. But, I was trying to work out in my head, how to explain it. I was going to say nut juice or sack juice. I was going to go with juice for sure, but I wasn't sure which body part to go with. And then, as far as the load goes, I was going to go with the cocking of a shotgun motion. Although it would take multiple of those to bring it to completion. Sack juice for sure. Thank you. Would a Prince Albert do the trick? A Prince Albert would definitely do the trick on that one.
I hate you.
iCarly's on
I
Netflix.
hate all of
though.
you for
And
helping
guess
him.
what?
What,
They're
dude?
making-
What horrific sex thing are you gonna
No,
say
no,
about
no, no, I'm not.
iCarly?
So iCarly's also getting a reboot too.
Like a reboot?
A reboot.
Like a what? Like a 3-part
no,
miniseason
it's
or like
gonna be
a show?
full show that's coming to Paramount Plus. Which
Is it about them though, like the same characters,
yes,
or are they like
it's
recasting?
gonna be Miranda Cosgrove, the guy who played Freddy, and the guy who plays Spencer. That's the only 3 coming back that have been confirmed.
They gotta get Sam.
Well, I was gonna get into the whole Jeanette McCurdy thing after we talk about it. So
Okay.
she went through, like, you know how everybody else was having a great time on the show while it was
Sure.
going on? She was not.
Okay.
Apparently, according to most people, her mom was sick with cancer. I think she died before the end of the show.
Damn.
And she was suffering from a form of anorexia the whole time because she was very concerned about her weight.
The
and-
mom or Sam?
Sam.
Okay.
So she, like, they were talking about every day, like, after a shoot, she would, like, take a tape, like, you know, a tape ruler and, like, wrap it around her leg to see how thick they were, just 'cause she didn't want them to be that thick. Like, it was severe. And apparently doing that and doing the show at the same time just caused a lot of, like, childhood trauma for her. So Sam's in prison. Plus there was a whole foot fetish thing. Well, that was more of the Dan Schneider thing. When we've talked about that before on the show too. But yes. So she hasn't said anything. She's doing a podcast though, so I'm gonna check it out. And then she has this comedy show she started. It's like, I'm glad my mom died. That's what the name of the show is. So I'm interested to see, like, what she's been up to.
Wait, what's the name of the show?
I'm glad my mom died.
Sam.
Or I'm glad my mom is dead or something like that.
Jeanette. What's her name? Jeanette McCurdy?
Yeah. You don't know her name?
Uh,
Come on. I don't know the guy who plays Freddy.
I don't either.
But I know Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy. I also don't know the guy who plays Spencer.
I used to know him.
He's pretty funny, though.
He is very
What
funny.
has he been up to since the end?
Nothing, bro. He was a main character on that and on Drake and Josh. Like, he's got
And
that
then-
Nickelodeon
But he
money,
was,
son.
he was a main character on another show after iCarly ended.
Yeah,
where
but
he
it was only
like-
for like 1 or 2 seasons, and it ended really quick.
Oh, okay.
it
It
was
looked like
not-
an interesting show, though.
It was funny. I watched the first season. It was good, but it was
with
like,
him and the little boy or whatever.
Yeah,
What was that
he
called?
was an asshole. I can't remember. What
He
it
was
was
an asshole, or the little boy was an asshole.
both to each other,
Oh, okay.
It was very
And that
funny.
was the point.
kind of, but they were like friends.
Did it end good?
My dad is dead. I should make a show. Yes.
There you go.
What'd you say?
Was it good? Did it end well?
No, it ended out of nowhere. It
Oh,
got
really?
canceled. Yeah, it
Damn.
got canceled.
Oh, wonder if that one's
It
gonna
wasn't
be
that
rebooted
good.
on
It was just
Paramount
funny.
Plus.
It wasn't like that good. It was like I wouldn't bring it back. It was probably a waste of money.
So, along with an iCarly reboot, they're also rolling out a Rugrats reboot, a Frasier reboot, and
I hate all of this.
I think
I remember not being able to watch iCarly because I was not used to seeing Megan nice. And then eventually it got to where
It
I
grew
watched.
on you.
I liked iCarly so much that I couldn't go watch Drake and Josh because I didn't like seeing Carly be mean. Like it flipped me. And then eventually I got to where none of that mattered, and like I understood that acting was acting.
you're like, where's Drake? Where's Josh? There was a moment, like, when I was really little, like when that show first came on, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a show about their sister. And then I was like, why is her name Carly?
I think that's how what we all felt. We all had our own little headcanon
And
of
then
what had to
have you
happen, and
seen,
then when
like-
it didn't, we were like, "What?"
Have you seen the bloopers where Drake Bell showed up on set and was like, hey,
Oh, it's so fun.
hey,
Where's mom and
Megan?
dad?
Yeah, where's mom and dad?
Who's this guy? Where's Josh? Yeah, it's so funny. All those like Disney or not Disney, all those Nickelodeon show, Disney Channel show bloopers are fucking hilarious.
Yes.
'Cause it's just a bunch of kids like laughing.
Yeah. Especially, like, I love the Amanda Bynes show. If they have that come to Netflix, oh my god.
Nah,
Or Paramount Plus.
I
You didn't like Amanda Bynes?
I did not like it. I just didn't like it like everyone else liked it. So it's, like they all loved it, and I was just like, okay, it's a show.
To me, it's like, I remember it being funnier than SNL, but like it was like kids SNL for sure, or teenager SNL. Is that the one that they had the kitchen gun on?
I do not
It's
remember.
the kitchen gun. It'll clean your glass.
I've never seen any of those
Bang,
shows.
bang.
Well, yeah, Jesse, you're 42 now,
Yeah.
so like you would have been like 22. when
You've
those
been in your
shows-
early 20s.
Yeah.
So you would saw like, you would have been at the tail end of that, or the very beginning of that at least.
37, but okay.
So
100% dead dad jokes the entire time.
damn.
Hey man, you know,
Hey,
uh,
man.
what,
My name's Meek.
hey,
This is cool.
hey man, my name's me.
Oh, my name's Cole.
This
This
is
is
my
Meek.
friend Meek.
It's not fun to tell dead dad jokes.
I'm made of rocks. I like telling jokes about my father being dead 'cause he died. He was kind of a dick. I didn't like him.
I made flyers for my revolution. He didn't come.
No one came except for my mom and her boyfriend, who I hate. It's so good, bro. It's so good. What about dead baby jokes? Those are even better. Sprinkled in occasionally. Deal. Fucking.
What did you kick?
I
That was so loud.
That was the table.
Oh.
I forgot what we were. You fucked me
We
up.
were talking
saying
about
the chords.
reboots.
No, before I was gonna say a thing. Shit.
You're talking about. You said something about dead dads, and you're
Dead
like, "Hey,
dads.
man."
Oh no, I was the vision thing. I was gonna say, hey man, what is grief if not love persevering? you have to be able to make jokes. Patton Oswalt had a really good. I'm gonna butcher his actual quote, but he said this really well. He said we should always be allowed to make 9/11 jokes because it's probably the worst thing that's happened on the planet in the last 50 years. And if we can't make fun of the worst things that have ever happened, then they will take control of us, and we'll never be able to get away from them. So you got to be able to make jokes about things like 9/11 or the Holocaust. Otherwise, they will only be a negative thing,
Yeah.
and they will just they'll put a stranglehold on everything creative that has to come afterwards.
I was.
What?
You saying that about the 9/11 thing made me think of this. It was like a joke from something, and they were like trying to teach this guy how to like talk to people for like an interview or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of his practicings was like, "How are you? My name's blah blah blah. Where were you on 9/11?"
Jesus Christ.
And they were like, "No, that's not how you." I want to say It's Always Sunny.
It sounds. I've seen something like that.
It sounds so familiar, doesn't it?
It reminds this isn't what I was thinking first, but it kind of reminds me of in SpongeBob where they're training Patrick to work at the Krusty Krab. He's like, "You gotta be a little more compassionate." Hello, I love you. It's like that. Dude, that scene is so great. I love you. It's like, no, Patrick, no, not quite that much love. Oh my God.
When they try to tell Patrick to make eye contact when they're selling chocolates. He's just like looking like eye up and down. He slams the door.
Prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact. It's a deep cut. Anybody know that
I
reference?
know what that's from.
Don't
You showed
say
that
it.
to me.
Don't say it. I want to see if Jesse knows. I think Jesse would know. Out of everybody in chat right now, Jesse would probably know.
That's a song, right?
Prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact, prolonged eye contact.
Can I keep guessing?
No, I want Jesse to guess
Okay,
first.
Jesse, you guess.
You have to let Jesse guess, and if
then
Jesse
I'll
can,
guess.
if Jesse concedes and does not get it, then you'll guess.
And then Jesse will guess. And then I'll guess. And then you'll guess. And then Jesse will guess.
Wait, we ought. He wasn't here for it. Never mind. It's okay. You can keep guessing then.
Andy Samberg is in it.
No.
No? For real?
No.
I don't know.
What was it? Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. I don't know if you've seen it. Jesse, it's just the kind of thing you would have seen in my head. Bo. Yep, it was Bo. Bo Burnham.
Oh.
It was in the What
yeah,
special.
Yeah,
It's at the
yeah,
very
yeah.
beginning.
I remember.
That is the end of the song. Welcome to the show. No, that is the end of the song and the beginning of the show. Welcome to the show. Ah, and then he starts talking. It's like 7. It's like fucking by that point, it's like
nice.
7 or 8 minutes into the special that has all been like lip singing.
Yeah, and it's all really good. Like
And it's-
he's
yeah, oh,
like
he's incredible.
jumping around stage doing flips
Bro,
and shit. and playing instruments and
His first like 3 or 4 specials are some of the best comedy specials of all time. Considering like how old he was when he did them, bro, he was only for that special he's only 22 years old.
Jesus.
He did all of that before he was 22. Like went on tour, practiced all the material.
I feel bad
Like-
for his kneecaps.
Nah, he wasn't doing that crazy.
I mean,
He wasn't a rock
He landed
star.
on his knees and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but no, not even kind of like the people that actually have problems with shit like that. Like
Maybe he was
like
wearing
rock and roll
kneecaps.
people who are literally jumping off of like fucking 5 foot tall like amps and shit. Or like UFC or WWE people who are jumping off of tables and chairs and shit.
Maybe he's wearing knee pads.
He might be wearing knee pads. I'll tell you the best knee pads in the world are the ones that Scarowinds that the scary people jump out of the smoke in.
Yeah.
Those things are insane. Have you seen those?
No, don't they have wheels on them or something?
Yeah, they're like the knee pads are like fucking this big.
So they cover your whole shin.
They cover your whole shin and knee and like the top part of or the I guess technically bottom
so
part
they're like catching
of your
pads.
your
Are you
your thigh meat.
Yeah.
And like it's all just this big ass knee pad with wheels so you can like so you can slide cancel which is a video game thing in real life. It's but like on concrete. It's fucking crazy. Prolonged eye contact. It's so good.
I knew I'd seen it from somewhere. I was like,
I would love to go to one of
For
his shows
whatever
one day, but I
reason,
don't know if he's ever gonna do one again.
I was thinking of an SNL short with Andy Samberg.
It sounds like the kind of thing Andy Samberg would do.
Yeah.
Bo Burnham should host
SNL.
SNL. That would be funny. But I feel like he just totally is not with the whole SNL crowd / gig. Like I feel like he just doesn't like that crew that much.
Do you want to hear the whole Paramount Plus lineup?
I suppose.
So essentially what they're doing is they're canceling CBS Plus and moving all that content over and rebranding it as Paramount Plus.
Kind of like how NBC's doing the whole Peacock thing.
Yes, but I don't think NBC had a streaming service before Peacock.
No, they didn't.
But CBS definitely has streaming service. It just wasn't doing good.
Yeah.
I
I want to know when they're gonna start like ripping content that has like that's already owned, like not owned, but like rented by their like. So right now, House is technically an NBC. You know, it's like there are Peacock commercials for the end of all the House clips on YouTube,
Yeah.
but it's still on Amazon Prime.
Well, so is Psych. Psych has the Peacock.
There
thing
you
at
go.
the
So
end
what's
of
probably
this.
gonna happen is once they're like done with their contracts, they're slowly but surely gonna start putting away.
Well, it's a good thing I
their
bought
catalog.
it's a good thing I have all of the Psych on DVD, so I don't have to worry about that.
Well, you
So
might
there
have to
we
worry
go.
about it one day.
No,
Why
never.
you say that?
I'm gonna get Psych 2 Lassie Comes Home, and then I'm like, until they release something else that's Psych within
House
the next
was
5
Fox?
years. House was Fox, but now it's under the NBC branch. Because you said it's got the Peacock.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
Maybe it was part of the Disney Fox merger, and NBC's like a branch of that
I have no idea.
somehow.
Dogs are
somewhere.
great. They're loyal and cuddly, and they bark at the garbage truck at 1:30 in the morning.
So among the things they're going to Paramount Plus is SpongeBob SquarePants, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Paw Patrol, and like 7,000 other episodes from Nickelodeon's library. 7,000 seems high. It's gonna be $4.99 a month. It's less than CBS All Access, which is what I guess it used to be. The commercial-free subscription will cost $9.99 per month. See, that's kind of BS. Because to me, if you're already paying like a month, I feel like you shouldn't get commercials unless it's like Hulu. Because Hulu does like commercials pretty good. Plus, if you have ad block on your laptop, you just don't see them.
Yeah. Well, if you have a good ad block.
Yeah.
A lot of the high-end ad blocks right now are getting like shit on. You got to have like some baller ad blockers. Because like right now, like Twitch, my ad blockers just don't work on Twitch. They work for everything else.
Do you watch Yellowstone?
Not yet, but I really want to.
Yellowstone's getting a prequel called Wide 1883
I
and a
don't care about-
spinoff 6666.
I don't watch anything with ads. Me either, Jesse. Let me see if
And-
Amazon has Yellowstone.
The creator of that, named Taylor Sheridan, is launching a new series, Mayor of Kingstown, starring Jeremy Renner. Also on the list is Halo, a show based on the Xbox game franchise.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. A spinoff of The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and new seasons of Reno 911.
Wait, a spin-off show for The Daily Show with Trevor Noah? How's a spin-off of a fucking late night show?
Let me
go?
read it together. Okay. Spin-offs of The Daily Show with Trevor Noah and Reno 911. New seasons of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Inside Amy Schumer. And the final season of Younger, which I don't know what that is. And I don't want to know what Inside Amy Schumer is either.
It's a comedy special. YouTube Premium, Twitch subs to 5 people, HBO Max, Netflix is all I'm watching now. Yeah, YouTube Premium, like, I have people who say that, like, they have all these workarounds for YouTube. I'm like, yeah, but you don't have a PC that you watch it on, and you don't, like, it's just not, you don't watch it like I do. I watch so much fucking YouTube.
I wouldn't get YouTube Premium, number one, just because I don't have the funds to spend on it, and number two, like, I don't use YouTube like you do. You know what I mean? I use a bunch of other shit. If anything, I use iHeartRadio more than I use YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
more than YouTube?
So I've got where I just listen to Woody and Wilcox pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio is what I go to listen to podcasts for most of the time, which that
I'm not talking about podcasts. I'm talking about just generally watching. Like, I just watch. I mean, YouTube Premium is for just YouTube.
Like, I'll watch YouTube every now and then if I'm watching a review. It depends on my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm in the middle of a show, I'll probably finish a show, then go to YouTube to see what people thought about it, then go to another show. You know what I mean? Or if, like, I'm just in a lull with my shows, I'll go and watch some of my YouTube shows that I watch. But generally speaking, I don't have ads enough to justify me getting a premium, you know? Not yet, but
premium
it's definitely getting there.
Premium comes with free music. I've had YouTube Premium for 10 years. Wait. What? You mean you've had it, like, as long as you've had... I've had YouTube Premium since it came out.
Paramount Plus will also include Frasier revival with Kelsey Grammer, a Criminal Minds reboot.
Kelsey who?
Kelsey Grammer.
Okay.
The really...
Kelsey?
Kelsey.
Okay.
He was Beast in X-Men 3. The Last Stand.
Okay.
He was also in Transformers: Age of Extinction. He was the bad CIA guy.
Okay.
A very famous actor. I'm surprised you don't know him. If anything, from Frasier. He's Frasier.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen that show, Creighton.
Which is
you say all these things like I would know, like, but and you say he's like a really famous actor when he's like a famous actor.
Did you know Frasier?
He's not like an A-lister or anything.
Did you know Frasier is a spinoff of Cheers?
Yes.
I didn't know that until the other day.
I've never seen either of those shows, so I don't know that.
A Criminal Minds reboot, which apparently Criminal Minds ended.
Yeah, like it just ended.
Yeah,
after 15 seasons.
I guess they're gonna reboot it, even though it just ended like next month.
When I say 10 years, but it's probably only 6 or 7 years old, Jesse, not even. It's only like YouTube Premium is only like 2 or 3 years old.
Movies based on Workaholics and Beavis and Butthead. Series adaptations of movies like The Italian Job, Love Story, Fatal Attraction, Parallax View, and Flashdance are also in the works. Additionally, a Rugrats show, a new Avatar: The Last Airbender series is coming to Paramount Plus. An iCarly reboot and live-action versions of Dora the Explorer and The Fairly Odd Parents are coming.
Jesse, it started May 17th, 2018.
Also, a Grease prequel series called Grease: The Rise of the Pink Ladies. So a lot of old stuff.
Nope. What do you mean, nope?
And not. Oh, it was YouTube Red. It was YouTube Red for a long
time. It said here, on May 17, 2018, YouTube announced the upcoming rebranding of the services as YouTube Premium. Oh, I did say that backwards then. So when did YouTube Red start?
Do you want to know what?
Because I had it when it was Red as well.
Do you want to know what reality TV is coming to Paramount Plus?
Well, 2015. Damn. Okay, never mind. It's been longer than I thought. God, we're getting old. I haven't had it that long. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, do you want to know what reality TV is coming to Paramount Plus? Because I know if there's any
I don't care at all.
Media that you enjoy,
I literally
most,
don't even sort of
TV.
in a way give any kind of shit. You could just not say it because I don't care.
You're
wasting podcast time.
I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to scroll and see what else is on here. Will there be movies?
Is that what it says?
Top Gun Maverick's going to be on there. Mission Impossible.
Yeah, probably because they're giving up on theaters.
Paw Patrol the movie, A Quiet Place Part 2 is going to be on there. So and that's going to be in the following 30 to 45 days within the
Excuse
app's
me.
launch.
Paramount Plus. When's it launching?
Like this month, March 4th, I think.
That's in 2 days.
Yeah. There's no way A Quiet Place 2 is going to be on there that soon. Right? Because it doesn't come out until
Is that what it says?
So, many Paramount Picture films will stream exclusively on Paramount Plus following... Oh, okay.
Following movie release.
At 30 to 45 days theatrical release window.
There you go.
I was skimming, and I was like, there's no way. And that's it. For all...
According to Ben Shapiro, A Quiet Place is a conservative movie. Well, according to Christopher Catone, I don't give a fuck.
What does that mean? A conservative movie?
I don't know, man.
Like, conservative in that there's not enough horror, or conservative as in it's, like, Republican? Or
Probably Republican. If it's Ben Shapiro saying it, movie theaters are dead. Yeah, exactly.
Movie theaters, they're gonna come back. Now's the perfect time for us to buy a movie theater, Charlie, because they're so cheap right now. And then we'll just, we'll make a movie theater. We'll show movies. We'll use my DVDs, Charlie, to show movies. We'll use the government money to buy land. We'll buy government land, Charlie.
No shot, this is the future. Wait, what are you talking about? Movie theaters are dead. No shot, this is the future.
Did you see what happened to Lady Gaga's dogs?
I did.
That was insane. So, Friday, her dogs... She has a dog
Wednesday
walker.
is when it happened.
Was it Wednesday?
It was Wednesday that it happened.
She has a dog walker, and, he got held up at gunpoint and then shot...
In the chest.
And robbed for her, what was it, 2 English bulldogs?
2 of her 3 dogs.
Yeah.
One of them stayed behind.
Yeah. And, just left. And then she was like...
Us too, Jesse.
She was like, I am going to post $500,000 as a reward for their return.
Yeah.
With no questions asked.
Smart.
I mean, it's smart, but at the same time, damn.
Well, it's because she knows that the cops are going to do their job, which they did, because they weren't releasing any information after some woman came up with them, because they fear for her life. The woman that brought the dogs in, they think
the cops fear for her life?
Yes.
Oh.
Because she's probably being forced to go in and take the money back to whoever it was that stole the dogs.
Are they tracking her or anything?
That's a really good question, Creighton. They're gonna tell all of us that.
More. I did see that though. That like yesterday or whatever, this woman was like, "Yeah, I found them tied up, and just realized they were them. And now I'm bringing them back." And I was like, "Well, that's not suspicious."
Exactly. I mean, it's intent though. Like they shot the person in the chest for those 2 dogs. Like they have to know.
That they know that they were her dogs?
Yes. You don't rob a dog walker. Who robs a dog walker? They went up to a dog walker with 3 English bulldogs and shot the guy in the chest.
I feel like this is a Disney movie playing out before us, just horribly gone.
A Disney movie.
It's like Cruella de Vil, but if she had a gun. Because let's just face it, all of her problems would have gone away if she just had a gun. What if this is actually reverse promotion for Cruella? You know what I mean? At the end of this, the lady's going to be like, "Oh, I was going to make those English bulldogs into a coat." And, these 2 guys that shot the guy in the chest, they were actually, my, whatever her henchmen names are in Cruella. And then, go watch Cruella. Emma Stone's in it. What if the lady is Emma Stone?
French bulldogs, I think. There you go.
Do we know if the lady is
Creighton, it's not. You're crazy. Shut up.
I don't know.
Why do you keep saying words?
I mean, it sounds like a setup to me. And ingenious
You sound like a fucking
marketing
setup.
for Cruella, if it is that.
I just hate you.
You hate?
I just hate in general. I'm so ready for the world to get back to normal. The world's starting to feel like it's back to normal out in the world to me. Just a little bit. Yeah. Little things are starting to feel normal again. Just going out and being around people. People are starting to... I'm seeing more people out. Creighton's hair is a setup for a snuff film.
I don't get
What?
it. I don't get it.
Jesse, that's definitely a dated reference.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be more specific.
Show your age there, buddy.
Isn't snuff that stuff that old ladies chew?
Shut up. Just shut up. You're gonna say some dumb shit. Just
It's
don't-
like the proper term for tobacco or something. Either way.
I hate it here. Jesse, me too, dude. I don't know why I do this. It's honestly just garbage at this point. I don't know why we've continued on.
What do you think about it? Like, what would you do in that situation if you were a dog walker and somebody jumped you for a lady?
I'm giving them the
Goggles.
dogs.
Did the dog walker put up a fight? Because I didn't see that part of the story. All I saw was like he got shot. Is he dead, by the way?
No, he lived.
Okay.
Like made a very quick recovery, or is
Oh.
making a very quick recovery.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, I don't know. Like, look, if they have a gun, they get the dogs. You just win. If you have a gun, you get dogs from me. I don't care. I don't love anybody's. I loved Evie. If someone walked up with a gun and wanted Evie, I'm giving them Evie. Like, they get my dog. Like, I don't think I care about dogs enough to sacrifice my human life where I think and can, like, type things out on a computer. Like, dogs can't do that. I'm not wasting this for a dog. I love dogs, but I don't love them that much.
The thing that gets
I'm sorry,
me
dogs.
is
I'm killing the dogs? Oh, shit.
It kind of reminded me of like when when Kim Kardashian got tied up. You remember that? Somebody like broke into her thing and tied her up and stole all her money and stuff and like left her there tied up instead of holding her hostage.
I did not know that.
So this was a while ago. They figured out where she was because of where she was posting on her Instagram, and they like broke into her apartment in Venice or something like that, and like tied her up and robbed her, and then like left. And it was one of those things where she was like traumatized for a while and didn't like post anything on Instagram for like a month. Paris.
I wouldn't sacrifice Creighton's life for a dog's life. Damn.
That's
Me either.
That's
He's
sad
going to
to
recover and train German attack dogs and seek vengeance. Ooh.
Or he'll just train them to carry. So that way, like, if they pull out a gun, the dog will pull out a gun.
I'd love to train some German Shepherds or just really any attack dogs so well that, like, they don't need leashes and they stay, like, a certain distance from me. So instead of having bodyguards, I have bodyguard dogs that
You can get
just
dogs to
fuck
do
people
that,
up.
though,
You can, but it's, like,
It's not really hard.
really it's very hard. What?
It's not.
It's not hard. Just walk
No.
out in public and have them
I mean,
stay a
it's
distance
hard
away
to
from
get
you.
people to accept that, but I mean, like, Krista's
Okay. I'll get
Krista's
you a dog
dog.
and we'll see how hard it is.
Krista's dog is trained like that.
Kristen's dog is trained like that.
But-
Just go out in public wherever you
But
want.
it wasn't expensive training. We talked to her about how much her service dog cost. Do you remember that?
Who?
Krista.
Oh, Chris. Well, that's different. That's a much different type of animal. I'm talking a fucking machine, like killing
Are you saying
machine.
Krista's dog isn't a machine?
Yes, I'm
She's
saying
a-
her
she's a
pug
machine.
German Shepherd mix. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
She's a machine.
I'm talking about a dog that follows
the German
you.
Shepherd in her is just crazy.
I'm talking about dogs that follow you, that you can say, "Hey, Sparky, kill Creighton," and that dog will kill you.
You could do that with Sky, but like
But Sky doesn't. That shit's expensive.
Oh, you're talking about training them to kill, not just to like.
I'm
stay
talking about
near
training them like full, like crazy, like military attack dog.
I get what you're saying now. I thought you meant train them as just to stay near you.
No, that's fucking what Evie did that.
Well, that's
I
what I
could I
mean.
could walk to Walmart with Evie. That's,
You
that's
should have, because
easy.
they allow dogs in Walmart.
No, I shouldn't have. She's still a dog. Like,
They would have been like, "Oh, who's your friend?" And you could have been like, "Oh, actually, she's
Shepherds
not
are
with
pretty
me."
easy to train as well. I would assume it would be real easy to train most humans to kill Creighton, and they would enjoy it. Exactly. If you train them from pups, it's not hard. I've done it with mine, kinda. Exactly. Katie DeCito, what's up, Katie?
What's up, Kate?
This new setup is different, and I'm scared. It's been like this for a minute.
Yeah, it's like we're mixing dimensions.
You just
You
haven't
ought
been
to
here
see
in a
the
while.
intro. It's all weird up in there. We get shirtless.
No, we don't.
Within the
He's
intro.
lying. Where the chat box is, that's where the intro is now instead of it being full screen. He just likes to act like the world is different than it is.
It is different. But it is the way that it is by the way that it is. Yes, if anything, Matt's taught me is that,
Right.
and that's what I live by.
Anyway, Charlie, tell your hair to go to rehab. Yeah, I
Damn.
know. It won't. I've been writing. What the hell was that sound?
Was that not you shaking a bottle?
No.
Was that me?
Is there someone on the stairs? Is there someone above us?
No, that sounded like it was like under the table and you shaking a bottle.
I didn't do anything. My feet are over here.
I have no
I'm
idea.
scared.
Do
Something's
you
in
still
here.
have that sweet tea down there?
Yep.
Is that sweet tea coming
At this
to
point,
life?
it's becoming a science experiment. Well, it's been real, lads. I'm going to go do homework now. Later, mates.
Oh, you're going to do homework at like
La-
2 in the morning?
Later. That's Liam, right?
Yeah.
Later,
he
then.
lives around here.
The ratings would really go up if you guys got killed live on cam. That's true.
Amazing. But that's a one-shot trick.
Always homework. Have a good one. Later, Liam. Catch you later.
Bye, Liam. Thank you for stopping by.
Stopping by. He's been here like a
Stopping by.
lot of the most of the podcast.
You know what we should do?
What?
We just need to get Liam in here and play D&D live
It's a terrible
on
idea.
the stream.
No, if they die, then I die. I don't want to die. Wait, how's that?
Where
Wait a
Liam-
second.
She's a Horcrux.
She's one of our Horcruxes? Or wait, are we one of her Horcruxes?
I think it goes both ways.
Really? So like if the person
Well,
who
think
has...
about it like this. If they had killed Voldemort... and
I
then
mean, they
he-
would have been useless items.
No, I mean, they still would have had, like, pieces of his soul in them.
I guess. Our lives would be better without
It's
them.
how he came back
Damn.
before, you know? 'Cause he died when the spell backfired on him. But then he came back because he had Horcruxes slowly rejuvenating him.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah.
Are we sure about
Have
that?
you not seen Harry Potter?
I've seen it, but I don't remember that being the like definitive.
I mean, like,
Wh-
granted,
why he
it
survived.
happens over the course of, like, 7 movies. But, I mean, like, that's, like, the gist of it. I know it's probably more complex. Harry Potter.
Harry
boy
Potter, the boy who lives coming to duel.
die. I think the boy who lived come to
Do
die.
I?
You know,
Do
he
I?
says that like he's like, you know, sad.
Boy who lives
Like he can barely
comes
speak.
to die.
Like he's just recovering for corona.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy who plays him like is
Ralph Fiennes. Yeah,
is
he's
amazing.
He's incredible.
I love
He's
him.
incredible at everything
What
he
if
does.
Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort is at the end of WandaVision and has been like
Oh,
the
my God.
cosmic entity?
Don't even joke like that. That would be incredible.
And then Doctor Strange has to face him in Multiverse of Madness. 'Cause he got dusted, right? At the end of the Harry Potter movies.
I heard that's like, my brother really hates that that's what happened at the end of the Harry Potter movies, that's how he died.
Yeah,
That's like a lot of people really hate the way he died because it like gave him more power than he was supposed to have. 'Cause like in the books, the character Voldemort, like the reason that like the story is his death, what it's supposed to mean is like
he's just human.
he's just a human, like
Yeah.
a lame human, and
They make it.
They
like
make
so
it
much
in-
more than
they make
is.
it so they make him seem like he's this otherworldly being in the movie because he like floats away all mystically, and like that's just not how people die. Like when he's dead in the book, it's like
He
he's
just
just a
falls
dead
over.
man because he's a man and he
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, like, I was dating somebody that was a huge fan of the Harry Potter movies, and like,
It was me. You can just say it was me.
and they were like, "Yeah, this is not how it's supposed to be." And like, honestly, hearing it from somebody who's read the books, it makes a lot more sense in the books the way it is. Like the whole thing with the Goblet of Fire. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen all of them.
It's hilarious because like in the movie, Dumbledore's like, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" But in the book, it says he calmly asked Harry.
Yeah. It's like sometimes they just take liberties to make things sound
And
a
it's
little
like the weirdest shit that they do.
different. Voldemort probably circumcision wiener. Voldemort probably no wiener.
Yeah, no wiener.
I'm gonna go ahead and go
no
with the old
nose.
no peen on
What else
on old
is like made
Voldy.
of cartilage? No knees. No
Yeah, it's
kneecaps
just
at
like
least.
it's just like his nose. It's just like there's like a little lump there that like used to be like balls on a penis, but really it's just like an amalgamated little
He's like Ultron.
sack.
Ultron doesn't have a nose either. You know why? 'Cause he can't smell. You know
Why do
he
you have
can't
a
smell?
mouth?
Huh?
Why do you have a mouth?
Because he has to look like he's talking.
Why?
Because that was part of his character. He's like Tony. He has to be seen.
Bellatrix
and
is a
heard.
freak. You can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think him and Bellatrix hooked up?
No, he doesn't have a wiener.
I mean, like
My
you
wife
know, they
has a
coulda-
Deathly Hallows tattoo. That's pretty
They
sick.
could have done like finger stuff, and like elbow stuff. I don't know.
Whatever, yeah, anything.
He put
stuff.
all
He
his-
had very slender hands. He could have done some hand
He
stuff.
put all his extra cartilage into his fingernails. 'Cause his
Definitely,
nails were long as
definitely some
fuck.
fisting that's like possible
Also,
for Voldemort.
Apparently,
And he's a wizard. He's magic. He can do all kinds of shit.
apparently he looked more like a snake in the books.
She is a queen. I agree.
Yes. I thought you were talking about
Helena
Bellatrix.
No,
was
no,
a
no,
queen.
no.
Bellatrix is not a queen.
She is evil.
Bellatrix killed Dobby, and I was
Fuck
very.
that
I will
bitch.
never forgive her for that.
No one will.
Before I was on board with her, I was like, okay, you're crazy, you're evil. Let's see where this goes. And then I saw that in like of Deathly Hallows Part 1, and I was like, no, you will die.
I think it's bottom. LOL. Wait.
Bottom.
Oh, Helena. Helena Bottom Carter.
It's because she's so.
It's like
thick.
it's pronounced Helena. Maybe it is Helena
I
Bottom.
think it's bottom.
Bonham.
It's
I think
because
it's
she's
Bonham.
so thick, you know.
Let me look it up. Helena Bonham. I think it's Bonham. Are you gonna fucking?
You
there we
know
go.
her and what's his name?
Yeah, Bonham.
What is his name?
Helena Bonham
guy-
Carter. She is. Oh my God.
How old is she?
Guess.
58,
Not quite.
59.
Not quite.
Oh, I'm sorry. 55,
Uh.
53,
Uh.
54.
Born in '66. She is 5'2".
She still looks very good for her age.
She was with Tim Burton until 2014.
Yeah, they divorced,
Yes.
which is sad.
She was the wife of the king in the King's Speech. She was
Really?
the queen. Is the best way to put that.
What is the King's Speech about?
It's about King George not being able to he had a very bad lisp. Was it King George? Yeah, 'cause let me double check that.
Oh, it's not about a specific speech. It's about his, like, speaking.
Yes.
Is that why the whole Revolutionary War started?
No.
He just said something the wrong way, and they misheard it. He was like, lower taxes, but they heard raise taxes. So then...
No, yeah, it was about King George. It was about King. He had very bad speech problems.
Which King George?
King
First,
George
second,
the
third.
Sixth, the most recent one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one but right before Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Tim Burton's the goat. Ray Fiennes. It is Ray Fiennes, yeah. Did I say Ralph Fiennes?
You said Ralph.
I think I did say Ralph Fiennes.
What if at the end of WandaVision is Harry?
Why must you be this way?
Did you know Voldemort's in in Lego Batman?
No. What was that? I heard it again.
I don't know.
We're
But-
being haunted.
So, Voldemort's in Lego Batman, and so is like the Daleks from the from Doctor Who is also in Lego Batman.
In Batman? Why
Yes.
in Lego Batman?
So, in Lego Batman, Batman sends Joker to the whatever dimension Superman sent, like, you know, the evil Superman from. What is it called? Fuck. It's like, you remember in Ben 10, like, they had that thing that would send you to a prison dimension,
No.
and they sent Phil.
I don't remember much about that show. I've had someone talk about that show recently, and I have realized that I've forgotten a lot about that show.
So it's essentially the same thing, Phantom Dimension or whatever. Basically, it was one of those where he had a machine that could send somebody to a dimension. He did that to the Joker, and like all these bad guys were in that dimension because it's a prison dimension. Joker found a way back and brought all the bad guys to Gotham. Like any bad guy you could really think of that wasn't like a Disney property.
Kind of like Arkham Asylum.
A little
Or
bit,
Arkham
but on
City.
a broader, more every story you can think of level.
Arkham City was
I think he brought.
so good.
No, he didn't bring Darth.
Did you watch or play those games?
I played Arkham City, and I know how it ends and stuff. It's really good.
I always hated that in Arkham Asylum, the Croc is like the scariest, hardest villain to fight.
Yes.
But then in Arkham City, they just basically get rid of him right away. Like he's the first thing you fight, and it's like he
You
just
don't fight
sucks.
Croc in Arkham City.
Yeah, you do at the very beginning. He's on top of the building, that you are like when you're still at the asylum or something. He's like one of the he's like at the very beginning. You fight him and then you beat him and he's like already taken
Don't
back
you
to
get
prison.
captured or whatever in the beginning?
I don't remember.
And then like you kind of have to escape.
I think you do have to escape.
And then like you get up high and then you call for the bat suit.
DC still has the best superheroes.
Yeah.
Can you show what kind chair you have? No. What?
Dr. Manhattan is more OP than. Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, the guy that plays him, who plays? Dude, I just saw. I didn't know who it was, and I saw that he played him because he was playing someone else. Hold on. Who plays Dr. Manhattan?
And he has a wiener.
Billy
Yeah.
Crudup.
Yeah, what about him?
He's in. What were you just in? What was I looking at?
The Queen's Game.
He's in Almost Famous, bro.
Is he for real?
He's the main part of the guy in the band.
really?
That's friends with the dude. He's the guy in Almost Famous. He was in something else that I was watching. Alien Covenant. Did you watch the most recent Alien? Oh wait, you haven't. I forgot. You
I
haven't
told
seen
you I
any of
haven't
them.
seen any of the aliens.
Oh, he's in Spotlight.
Oh, really?
Oh
nice
yeah,
one.
he's the reporter in Spotlight, or the lawyer rather.
He's in like little things here and there.
He's in a lot. No, big things.
No,
all over
but
the
I mean,
place.
like, is his like I think he's not like in huge roles, right?
He's the main character in Almost Famous. I mean, he's
Oh,
the
yeah?
lead actor. Like he's
Okay. Well, see, I haven't.
he's
seen
like one of the
Almost
main
Famous.
three characters. He's Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen. He's the ship's captain in Alien Covenant. He's not like the number one character in Spotlight, but he's like he's like a B character in Spotlight. He plays one of the lawyers. I mean, he's been in he's not an A-list character, actor by any means. He's in Princess Mononoke.
Who is he in Princess?
I don't know. It
Mononoke?
doesn't say. It just says that he's in it. Damn, he's in a lot of shit. He's in Jackie, which I heard was not as good.
What?
I didn't see it.
Is Jackie the one with
About-
Chadwick Boseman?
No, what? Jackie.
What is Jackie about?
Jackie's about
FDR's wife, or not FDR? JFK's wife.
yes, JFK's wife. He plays Prefontaine in Without Limits, Dazed and Confused. Oh, is he in Dazed and Confused? What? Billy Crudup. Have y'all seen The Departed? I have. I love that movie. And he has wiener.
The Departed's like the
Dr.
thing
Manhattan does have a wiener.
with the guy from No, The Departed's the gangster movie, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got everybody in it.
But it doesn't.
Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Anthony Anderson, Robert De Niro. No, not Robert De Niro. Jack Nicholson, Alec Baldwin, Mark Wahlberg, fucking. Who else? There's more people. Seeing Leo get. Oh, okay, yeah. There's a boat jack. Have you seen it? Have you seen The Departed?
No.
Did you read chat already?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not gonna remember it though.
Okay. Well, just don't even look back.
It'll be like years. before
I wish
see
I
it.
had I wish I had a superhero bulge. Sorry for spoiler. It's okay.
No, you're good. I mean, The Departed's like what, 10, 15 years old.
It's like 10, but I mean,
You can't really spoil a movie at that point. At that point, it's on me for not
Nah.
seeing it.
nah, you can.
No, not.
Well, now we're talking about it, and you're not gonna forget. Like,
I mean, I will though. Like, we do that all the time with stuff on here. You know.
only betas and 10-year-olds haven't seen The Departed.
I feel like I saw it a long time ago, but I mean, like, I don't know.
The
I feel
scene,
like I saw it when I was dating Tara.
the scene she is talking about is the most plot twist, traumatic scene I've ever seen in any movie.
Even more so than The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is okay, but it's nothing compares.
Twisty.
It's the most. Well, yeah, sure. The Sixth Sense is maybe more plot twisty, but like in terms of like what like it happening all at once, it's the most ridiculous scene I've ever seen.
What about the plot
In a good way.
twist from that movie Josh Brolin was in, where he actually banged his daughter?
Huh?
What movie am I thinking about?
I have no idea.
There's like this movie that Josh Brolin was in before like any of the Avengers stuff. Oh boy, thank you, feedback. Thank you,
Okay.
Jesse. I mean, the remake. Oh, it's a remake. Well, then there you go.
Are y'all excited for King Kong versus Godzilla? King Kong gonna beat up that big ass iguana. I'm with you. I
Yeah.
agree. I think.
I
King
don't know.
Kong,
I think Godzilla's gonna win.
Okay.
What if it's not Mecha Godzilla? I was thinking about this the other day. What if it's actually Mecha King Kong?
Nah, it's gonna be
I
Mechagodzilla.
mean, you say that, but do you know?
Well, Godzilla has been in the public eye in that universe, and King Kong hasn't. He's been on the island.
I mean, but that doesn't mean they don't know about him. Like, the governments definitely know about him.
Yeah,
Otherwise
some
they
governments, but
wouldn't be
not
using him.
not those agencies that are making like the bad shit. I bet nobody wins, and they make them team up to fight some monster. That's exactly
I mean,
it's not
but
actually
I mean,
gonna
that's
be
formula
versus.
for versus movies.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be Mechagodzilla as the main bad guy, and
Have
they're
you
gonna fight to
seen-
defeat him.
Have you seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Batman?
No, Jesse, he's actually huge in this. No, we've talked about it before. You've mentioned
It's
very
really
funny
good.
lines that are in it.
It's
It seems
very-
pretty good.
It's really good. It's like
Out of all the like cool things they could cross over with in like DC, like that's a pretty baller one. I like that.
At one point, all the rogues from Arkham get the mutagen that the turtles have, and turn into monsters, and it's pretty good.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah.
King Kong is traditionally much smaller than what Godzilla would be, Jesse. Yes, but
This is not traditional.
this is not traditional King
This
Kong.
ain't your
And this one, King Kong's fucking absurd.
Jesse, your son's gonna be saying this isn't my dad's King Kong.
Peter Jackson's King Kong was small, but probably the greatest movie I've ever seen. It's definitely an underrated movie. I love that movie.
That's the one that's like 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's close. It's like 3 hours.
It's
we
really
have the
good.
power of the interwebs.
There needs to be an intermission though.
No.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours and 21 minutes long.
I forget how much of that movie like takes place on the island, 'cause it's like
It's like so it's 3
It's like
hours and 20
3/4,
minutes, and
right?
I'd say that I'd say it's a solid 2 hours and like 2 hours and 15 minutes are
it's
on the
only
island.
like the last like 30 to 40 minutes takes place.
Its
in New York.
budget was 207 million, but it only made I can't believe this movie only made 562 million.
What was his budget?
207. They barely doubled.
Damn. I mean, it was a big movie at the time. You remember it was like everywhere advertisement wise.
Yeah, but that's what makes me mad is that it didn't do better.
And
Because realistically, like, it holds up very well. What's the word? Like, the CGI and all, the effects hold up incredibly well. It really wasn't great. It was good, but not great. Man, I rewatched it recently, Jesse. It's pretty fucking awesome.
He's smart.
I
boy.
don't know.
The only thing that I had trouble with was Jack Black being like the main character, but it's not
He's
like
not the main character.
well, one of the main characters.
Yeah, he's a main character.
But it's not. It's not that he's bad. It's just I've seen him in so many other things where he hasn't really been a serious character that it's like weird seeing him be serious. Not weird in a bad way either, though. You know.
I mean, yeah, Naomi Watts. She had a great scream. She did. I would say that, I'm trying to think. Her scenes were a little too. I guess, like, I can kind of see where Jesse's coming from. Like, it's good, but not great. Like, if it's not, the parts that are good are great, and the parts that are bad, maybe, I guess, bring it down a little, but it's way more great than it is good to me.
Do you think?
Because the thing to me is that, like, her character, they play the whole ape in love with the chick just a little too much. Like, I don't know. It was a solid movie. Best monster for sure. But just won't be top tier.
Do you think that King Kong movie is better than the Godzilla movie that came out of the same era?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than all the movies that have come out so far.
Godzilla was also very small in that movie that came out. Do you remember it had like the guy from
Bryan Cranston.
No, not Bryan Cranston.
Well, he's in it.
No, not the one I'm talking about.
The start off of these?
The Godzilla that came out around that same time as that King Kong movie.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, that came out. That was 1999. That was Matthew Broderick from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, way better. That movie was whatever.
Weird, very weird. It didn't feel like a Godzilla movie because it was like, it was not a fully, like, it wasn't a huge Godzilla monster, and it was
Well, they
more
just
like a
they did a
dinosaur.
really shitty. It didn't look like Godzilla.
Yeah.
It was shitty. It just wasn't good.
You know, they've explained in the related show that's canon to that
There's
movie.
a show
There's a show in Australia
that's canon.
that's canon to that movie that got really popular in the early 2000s, and they explain that Godzilla is not actually Godzilla, but Godzilla from another universe that got teleported there, and that real Godzilla is canon to that movie. But yeah, that show is canon to the Godzilla multiverse, and somehow canon to King Kong as well.
That Godzilla was ass. I agree. That Godzilla was terrible. It was
Have
a terrible movie.
Have you noticed that they haven't referred to him as King Kong yet, but just as Kong?
Well, apparently that's a licensing issue.
Oh,
They're not allowed to say it in order, I think, is what I was
I thought
hearing.
it was going to be like one of those things where like he's not going to be King Kong until he beats Godzilla.
I guess.
Like
I
King
don't know.
Ghidorah.
I don't care enough. I just don't think they're like.
Why are
that
we even talking
interesting.
about this?
I mean, I think it's cool. No, because I did love the King Kong movie with Jack Black. I bet Kong has a huge dick, probably.
Katie, are you going to be looking at Kong's dick during the movie?
I could not care less about these big monster characters.
I thought you were going to say these big monster dicks.
I could not care less about these big monster characters and their flaccid,
monster
floppy
dicks.
penises that could easily level neighborhoods, probably, on their own.
Godzilla or Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan, what? What do you think happened to Hitler's body? And if there's no body, then how do we know he killed himself? Unless we took his body and did something to it. I don't know.
Well, we've
Check
talked about
those big
that
ones.
before.
Well, look, at this point, it doesn't matter because he'd be like 130 something. Like, and there's
we've
no.
talked
He was
about that,
he was
though.
on so many drugs. He's dead for sure.
Like, we talked about that on the podcast before, Charlie. You remember?
But I do think he survived.
So, like, we didn't find his body. The Germans reported that he had killed himself and then buried the body before the Allied forces got there.
No, apparently they threw his body to sea. There's so many different reports on what
So,
happened.
and the Allied forces dug up the bodies and then were like, yeah, it's him. But the theory is that he had his body doubles killed and then he escaped through a tunnel to some other place and probably left Germany in a U-boat to Argentina.
Yeah. I'd say that's probably what happened. I'd say he probably lived out a long life in Argentina, and there's still, like, very real
Descendants.
Nazi, like, strongholds in the world. History's so crazy, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, all we'll ever really know is what's happening to us in our lifetime, like, to us individually. Like me, I will know what happens to me. Creighton will know what happens to Creighton. We will, by proxy, kind of know what happens to each other, but we'll never know the whole story because we're not each other.
Mm-hmm.
And on that really weird, convoluted note, we shall end this episode.
This one dude almost killed a race of people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
But he's
People
not the
have done
first
that.
person to have done that.
Yeah, for sure. Genghis Khan killed so many people.
I thought you were about to say
Stay.
King Kong States killed some.
No, Genghis Khan. Katie, just be here earlier for other episodes.
Another 6 hours.
What are you
happens
doing
when-
in 6 hours?
Yeah.
Please, damn. That's a good answer, Jesse. Katie, we go live around midnight Eastern.
Our time.
Every day,
So it'd
Monday
be like
through
9
Thursday.
o'clock your time.
Yeah. What do you need us up for 6 more hours for? What are you about to do?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
We'd be up to like 8 in the morning here. I'm gonna miss y'all. Aw.
Well,
We
we'll be
miss you
live tomorrow
too.
night, right? You're not gonna
Yeah.
miss.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna be live tomorrow night. That is some degenerate shit. Yeah,
What, King Kong?
we're degenerates. No, I
Or-
think being
oh.
up for 6 more hours for the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got shit to do tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, everybody does.
Have you seen that
Tomorrow's tomorrow. Like, everyone's gonna be live tomorrow because it's tomorrow.
Have you seen that clip from the Eric Andre show?
Which one?
So they're interviewing Tyler,
my
the
God.
creator, and they like Eric asks like, "What are you up to these days?" And he's like, "I don't really know, man. I got shit to do like next week or something like that." And then like his co-host goes like, "Yeah, man, I got shit to do like tomorrow."
Okay, well,
You know Hannibal.
yeah,
I love.
I know
Hannibal.
Hannibal. I love Hannibal. We're friends. He's my boy. Degenerate is my tampon brand. JK. God damn it, Katie. Katie, just come back and watch us
Yeah.
tomorrow. We'll be live. Be here for the whole podcast, and then we can hang around. You can talk ridiculous shit the whole time, and we will laugh
Yes.
and swap stories.
Swab stories.
What?
I don't know. That's what I thought you were going for.
Anyway, Swab?
Yeah, what are we swabbing?
Goodbye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
I swabbed
Say
my
goodbye.
nose for coronavirus.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.